game of this 24-25 season for the Lady Broncs and the Broncs here tonight. And no better way to cap off this home regular season than by taking on longtime rival, the Campbell County Lady Camels, and the Campbell County Camels later tonight. On the girls' side, the Lady Broncs are ranked 4th in the state, the Lady Camels 3rd in the state. They also sit at 4th and 3rd, respectively, in the Eastern Conference. Sheridan is 5-5 in the conference. Campbell is 6-4. So a win by the Lady Broncs tonight would have the Lady Broncs draw even with Campbell. They would both be 6-5 heading into the final week of the season next week. The Lady Broncs will take on Thunder Basin over in Thunder Basin next Saturday. Campbell's last game is also against Thunder Basin. That game takes place on Thursday over in Gillette, obviously. So it's the matchup between the 3rd and the 4th team in the state on the girls' side. We'll, of course, talk about the boys' game later tonight. Tip's supposed to start about 7, but we expect that to be a little bit delayed as it is senior night for the boys. The girls honored their seniors last time they played at home on Friday night against Cheyenne South. So the Lady Broncs don't go through senior night here tonight in this rivalry game, but the boys will go through senior night later tonight. So the tip is likely going to be after 7 o'clock, especially as tight as this game was over in Gillette 3 weeks ago. Lady Broncs and the Lady Camels were knotted up basically the entire game. They were tied at the end of 1, tied at the end of 2, tied at the end of 3, and the game went to overtime. In fact, Campbell came out and won that thing in overtime, 65-56. They had free throws down the stretch and stretched that game to a 9-point game as they just took over in overtime. The Lady Broncs wore down, couldn't get any offense going in overtime. So Campbell won up the Lady Broncs over in Gillette 3 weeks ago, and Sheridan looking to get a little of revenge on their home floor here tonight in the final home game for the Lady Broncs this year. And then, they play Thunder next week over in Gillette. And then it's conference tournament, which takes place down in Cheyenne this year. So the Lady Broncs are on the road at Thunder, and then they'll go into the conference tournament, most likely as the number 3 or the number 4 seed. With a win tonight, as I said, they would be tied with Campbell in conference, as both teams would be 6-5 with a Sheridan victory tonight. Sheridan, conceivably, with a loss tonight and a loss at Thunder, could wind up in the 5th seed at conference tournament. We think that's unlikely to happen. Thunder not a great team this year, but they're just 3-7 in conference. And Thunder also, on top of that, would have to beat Campbell County next week as well in order to get a tie. So Sheridan's pretty much knotted up the 3rd or the 4th seed at regionals, which means they will most likely play either Thunder Basin or the Laramie Lady Plainsmen in that first conference matchup. And a win in that conference matchup gives you an automatic bid to state. Looking ahead to the boys real quick. The boys, tonight's matchup's a big one. Obviously, it's the longtime rival Campbell County, but Campbell's 9-1 in conference. Sheridan's 8-2 in conference. The boys lost over in Gillette when they faced off the one time earlier this season, and it's also the matchup of the number 1 and the number 2 teams in the state as voted on by the media. So big matchup tonight as number 1 plays number 2 on the boys' side, but tonight it's number 3 versus number 4 on the girls' side as Campbell's ranked number 3. They are 3rd in conference. Sheridan ranked number 4. Sheridan on the season is 13-5 overall. Campbell County 11-7 overall. Sheridan's played all Wyoming teams, while Campbell County spent that time before Christmas playing mostly out-of-state teams. And statistically, when you look at these teams as the girls are warming up on the floor, getting their final shots up before they'll head over to the benches and the starting lineups will be announced. In that last, first off, let's start with Campbell County. They play typical Campbell County basketball. They're 3rd in the state in scoring. Surprisingly, they're 6th in the state in field goal percentage, and that's kind of atypical of Campbell County and what they do because you always think of them shooting really well. Well, the thing is they just don't shoot really well from 2. They're actually the best three-point shooting team in the state and the best free throw shooting team in the state on the girls' side. So that's how they get to 3rd in scoring in the state. But they don't have a ton of size, and the size that they do have a lot of times sits out on the perimeter and shoots threes. So it's not like they use that size to go inside, at least not throughout the season. And on top of that, the other thing that's a little different from Campbell County versus most years is Campbell they're not an excellent defensive team. You know, historically, Campbell's a team that goes out and just gets after you on the defensive end. They come out with full court pressure, and they apply pressure all over the floor for 32 minutes in a game. This team a little bit different. They in the half court, they don't apply as much pressure as we've become accustomed to, and as such, they give up the 13th most points in the state at the 4A level. That's third worst in the state, giving up almost 50 points a game. On the other side for these Lady Broncs, the Lady Broncs are an extremely efficient team. The Lady Broncs are first in overall field goal percentage. They shoot almost 42% from the floor. They're second in overall three-point percentage. They trail Campbell County, but the Lady Broncs shoot just under 30% from three. And then they're third in the state in free throw percentage. However, the Lady Broncs are second in the state in defense. They only are allowing 35 points per game, and they force 19 turnovers a game. Of course, with a good shooting team, especially a good perimeter shooting team like Campbell County, you'll expect them to get well over 35 points here in this matchup. The last time these two played, granted there was an extra 4 minutes because of overtime, but Sheridan gave up 65 points to Campbell County. And in that one, Mesa Haniff led in the scoring column. She finished with 20 points. Avery McMullen was the only other Lady Bronc to get into double digits. She finished with 10 points 3 weeks ago against the Lady Camels. And on the Campbell County side, they're led by two seniors. And in that last matchup, it was Kaylee Neary and Lauren Kubacher. Neary had 28 points. Kubacher had 16 points. And those two have really set the tone for Campbell County. Both of them are going to go play college basketball next year as teammates. But Neary leads the state in scoring. Kubacher's ninth in the state in scoring. Neary's third in three-point percentage. Kubacher's second in three-point percentage. Kubacher leads the state in rebounds. Neary's fifth in assists. Kubacher's sixth in assists. And Neary also shoots a high percentage from the free throw line. So individually, those are the two we've got to look at. And as I said, in that first matchup, they gave up 28 points to Neary, and Kubacher had a great second half, scoring 16 total points in the game, and the Lady Broncs fell 56-65, and we are getting set to go. Everybody gets to their feet. We'll honor the national anthem and come back with your starting lineups. You're listening to Lady Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Give your daughter the opportunity to explore the exciting world of softball this summer with the Sheridan Recreation District Girls Fast Pitch Softball Program. The program is open to all girls ages 6 to 14, and registration is open now. These programs, divided by age, offer a fantastic way to build skills, have fun, and prepare for playing softball at a school level. Registration is now open. Sign up now at SheridanRecreation.com. Visit the office in Thornrider Park or call 674-6421.
Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best, and I think most of us can agree on one thing. We just don't like to wait on things. Waiting in lines, waiting rooms, waiting for results to get back. There's a ton of things that demand so much patience. We see a ton of waiting in real estate as well, but it doesn't have to be like that. There's so much value in beginning your home search, getting pre-approved, decluttering, things that bring control and action to your life now. The best part is that with our team, the Bates team, you're never alone as we offer the tools and guidance to get some momentum building. Give us a call at 675-BEST or visit bestwy.net.
Proudly brokered by EXP. Wyoming corporate office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming corporate office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Final home game of the season for the Lady Broncs and the Broncs. Starting lineups being announced for the visiting Campbell County Lady Camels. And starting for the Lady Camels is a 5'3" senior named Erica Martinez. She wears number 1, averages just under 5 points a game. Averages under 2 assists per game. Kaylee Neary is a 5'6" senior. She wears number 5. She leads the state in scoring, 18.7 points a game. Also chips in 3.5 assists per game. Bella Stewart's a 6-foot freshman. She starts for the Lady Camels. She's played in 15 games, 2.2 points a game. Lauren Kubacher, a 5'10 senior, leads the state in rebounding, also chips in 12 points a game. And the final starter is a 5'10 senior, Patience Smith, averaging 8.5 points per game. Parker Tridy is the first Lady Bronc named. She wears number 2. She's a 5'6 junior, averages 3.5 points a game. Ella Blue runs the point for the Lady Broncs. She wears number 4. She is a 5'5 junior, 8.5 points a game, 2.5 assists per game. Avery McMullen, 5'7 senior, the lone senior to start for the Lady Broncs. Averages 9 points a game, 4 rebounds a game. She's going on to play college soccer at Colorado State Pueblo, so she'll attend down south next year. And Cam Wagner wears number 21. She's a 5'9 junior, where averages 4 points and just under 4 rebounds a game. And Mesa Hanift, averaging nearly a double-double, almost 15 points a game, 8.5 rebounds a game, and Hanift will jump it up against Patience Smith to start this game. The officials look at each other, get ready to go. The whistle blows, and the ball is tossed at the center court. Tip was won by Hanift, but Neary ran down the loose ball. She just attacked it, beat everybody to the ball. And Neary goes off to Martinez. She's on the right wing, left-hand dribble. Now she picks it up, guarded by Tridy. It's man-to-man from the Lady Broncs. Pass goes down to Stewart. The freshman kicks it out to Kubacher. She's on the three-point line. Shoots 40% from the three-point line, and Avery McMullen stole it away. She tipped it away, and Blue comes up with it, up the left sideline. Works down to the baseline, gets a step on Neary, fires a shot, no good. Blue gets her own rebound. She's in the lane. Little bounce pass off of the shin of Parker Tridy. Hanift runs it down. Little spin move in the paint. Left-hand shot, no good. Hanift gets her own board and now kicks it out to Blue. Open 3. Instead, she drives, gets into the paint. Looks off to her left, passes off to Wagner. Wagner in the paint. Little step through, shot up and good for the junior. First 2 points in the game for either squad, and it's 2-0 Lady Broncs. Neary with it in the half court, working against Blue. Pass goes off to Smith. This is Patience Smith. There's also a Cadence Smith for Campbell that'll come off the bench. Pass goes over to Neary. She tries to drive baseline, does so. Ball poked away by Blue, and Hanift comes up with it. So 2 quick steals by the Lady Broncs, and Hanift brings it across court. She works to the right side. Now look crossover dribble, working against Kubacher. Lost the ball, now picks it up. Now fires a shot through contact, and the ball goes out of bounds. No call. Refs letting them play in the early going, as I thought Blue might have got a piece of Neary's arm. They didn't call that on that end. And then I thought Kubacher might have got a piece of Hanift's arm. They didn't call that on that end. I like when the refs let them play early in the going and you don't get anybody in foul trouble early. Kind of let the girls play, make sure it doesn't get out of hand, but I like when it's officiated that way. 2-0, the Lady Broncs lead. We're just over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Cam Wagner inbounding. Wagner looking for somebody, kicks it up top to Hanift. She catches it at the top of the key, works against Kubacher, backs in, left-hand layup, good. Mesa Hanift with 2, and it's 4-0 Lady Broncs. Neary across half court, left-hand dribble, now back to her right. She's guarded by Blue. Lady Broncs show man for the 3rd straight possession. Neary backs Blue down, gets into the paint, fires up a shot. Blue reached in, and it's a foul. Well, they didn't get Blue on the last trip. Blue just needs to keep her arms straight up there. She knew it right away. As soon as the whistle blew, she knew she brought her arm down. She got a lot of ball, but she also got some of Neary's right arm, and that sends a very good free throw shooter to the line. Neary 69% on the season, and she shoots a ton of free throws, 121 on the season. She made 84 of them, make it 85 as she sinks the first one and gets the first point for the Lady Camels here today. 4-1, the Lady Broncs lead. Second free throw on its way, it goes. Neary has both free throws, and it's 4-2, Lady Broncs lead. Now the Camels show press, and Blue just threw it away. Bad pass. Neary picks it off to Kubacher. Layup. Oh, she blew the layup. Had a good look at it and blew it, but it's an offensive rebound by Martinez. Kick it out Smith. She'll fire a 3. That's no good. Hanift skies for the rebound over Avery McMullen. Her teammate comes down with the board, and now Hanift kicks it off to Blue across half court. Blue, top of the key, guarded by Martinez. Blue, a little jump stop at the elbow. Out to Tridy. Wide open 3, right side. She hit it. Parker Tridy, 3 points. Just a 29% three-point shooter on the season, and Parker got her 16th three-pointer of the year to go. 7-2, the Lady Broncs lead by 5. Neary with it, top of the key, kick it off Kubacher. Kubacher's guarded by McMullen, back-up dribble, now over to Neary. She's on the three-point line, left wing, guarded by Blue. Neary, little spin, tries to fire a shot, and she walked. It's another turnover by the Lady Camels. 3 turnovers by the Lady Camels to start. I thought it was a little Euro step, to be honest with you. I didn't see her shuffle her feet. I thought it was just a Euro step as she was going up for the shot. I actually missed it if she did travel. Looked like a travel, but it's technically not a travel. They allow that Euro step to go. You only take 2 steps. Lady Broncs break pressure. It's Hanift. She gets to the free throw line. Kick it to the corner. The senior McMullen fires up a three from the corner. No good. Rebound hauled in by Stewart. She gets off to Neary to Kubacher. Kubacher crosses half court. Guarded by McMullen. Senior versus senior right here. And McMullen stole it again. That's 2 steals for McMullen as she just got her hand right on the ball as Kubacher tried to cross over dribble. Now the ball goes to Blue. Blue in transition. Down low to Haniff. Great pass from Blue. Haniff can't get the shot to go. Gets her own rebound, and then she's fouled. So Haniff goes to the line. She had a good look at that on a good pass from the junior Blue. And Haniff, a good free throw shooter in her own right, 67% on the season, goes to the line for the first time tonight. Well, this was the difference in the game over in Campbell County 3 weeks ago as Haniff misses the first. The Lady Broncs were 13 of 23 from the free throw line. 13 of 23, that's what they shot that entire game. Campbell County went 20 of 23. So Campbell made 7 more free throws, and that game went to overtime. So as Haniff misses them both, Campbell pulls down the rebound, and Neary brings it across half court. 5 minutes to go. 7-2 is your score. Lady Broncs lead by 5. We're in the first quarter of action. Pass goes off to Ruby. Ruby gets the ball poked away, and Tridy comes up with it. It was actually Haugen that got it knocked away. Ruby passed off to Haugen, and then it was stolen by Tridy. Blue comes up with it across half court, picks her dribble up, passes off to Haniff, top of the key. She gets a screen from Cam Wagner. Haniff tries to get the low block, can't. Now to a cutting Wagner. Wagner fires it up off the glass, no good. Neary pulls down the rebound. Good D by Bella Stewart. She's 6 foot tall, just kept her arms straight up, and Wagner couldn't get the shot to go. In the half court, it's the Camels. Kelly goes up for a shot, and then it's ripped away by McMullen. Another play by the senior, another defensive play by the senior, and Blue runs down the floor up and in. Ella Blue with 2, and it's 9-2. Good start for the Lady Broncs. We're halfway done with the first quarter, and it's 9-2. In the half court, Patience Smith with it. Right-hand dribble. She gets a screen, gets into the paint, kick it out to the corner. Ruby will fire a 3. That's airballed, missed everything. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Haugen. Well, Ruby's just a sophomore. Only averaging 1.5 points a game. Played in 11 games and just airballed everything from the corner there. And the ball goes out of bounds. Lady Bronc basketball. Ball's inbounded to Blue. She's picked up by Martinez in the full court. Blue crosses half court easily. Blue working right. Hands off to Tridy, who now works left. Gets to the top of the key. Martinez switched off on her. Now a little handoff to McMullen. Now over to Blue, and Blue holds her left fist in the air as the Lady Broncs want to reset up 7. Pass goes to Maddie Wagner, who just checked into the game. She's a senior, holding the ball above her right shoulder out on the perimeter. Little bounce pass, Austin McMullen. Now over to Cam Wagner. Wagner fakes the shot, gets into the paint. Good pass to a cutting Wagner. Wagner shot up and good, and she's fouled. Well, a great look there from Cam Wagner. She feeds the cutting senior, Maddie Wagner. Wagner lays it up and in and goes to the free throw line after the made basket. She'll shoot 1. Maddie Wagner wears 15, has played in 12 games. She's only shot 7 free throws on the season, made 4 of them. That's 57%. Fouls against Kubacher, her first. Wagner's free throws up off the backboard, no good. Easily rebounded by Stewart. And the Lady Broncs are 0 for 3 from the free throw line here in the first quarter. 3:22 to go, Neary with it. Trying to penetrate, working against Tridy. Kicks it out Kubacher. She's run off the three-point line. Now it goes to Martinez, guarded by Blue. Martinez, little crossover dribble. Now she picks it up, swing it over right side. That's Haugen. Haugen looking for Kubacher. Open 3, left side. She missed it badly. Oh, with the rebound. They didn't box out. Bella Stewart got the rebound. Maddie Wagner failed to box out. Stewart gets the offensive rebound, goes up for the putback, and Maddie fouled her. So that sends Stewart to the line. Stewart hasn't shot many free throws in her own right. She's 9 of 17 on the season, so just over 50%. Stewart. Right-hand shot is up and off the front iron, and then it bounces in. So Campbell County 3 for 3 here in the early going from the free throw line. All 3 of their points have come from the charity stripe. They haven't made a field goal yet. Haniff checks into the game. McMullen out. It's Haniff, Maddie Wagner, Parker Tridy, Cam Wagner, and Ella Blue on the floor for the Lady Broncs. And Stewart banks in the second free throw. So Lady Camels 4 for 4, and it's 11-4. Lady Broncs lead. Blue gets by her man, penetrates into the lane, goes right into Patience Smith, who's 5'10", and she blocked it away and comes up with the basketball. Off to Neary. She crosses half court, guarded by Cam Wagner. Neary tries to drive. Wagner puts her arms straight up. Neary missed everything. Bad shot. Blue, and good defense by Cam Wagner. Blue comes up the rebound. Blue across half court. Blue to the elbow, picks up her dribble, looks left, Now a little shovel pass off to Cam Wagner. She's on the perimeter. 3-point line, overhead pass to Haniff. Haniff fakes a three, gets right past her man, drives in. Stewart came over for help, blocks the shot away. Haniff comes back up with it, double team, over to Blue. She'll fire a three, left side, no good. Maddie Wagner all alone underneath the hoop, fires up a shot, and she's fouled. Foul goes against Stewart, the freshman, and that sends Wagner back to the line, who just went 0 for 2. 11-4 is your score. 2:25 on the range scoreboard. Maddie Wagner at the line. Her and Cam Wagner, not related. Maddie a senior, Cam a junior. Maddie misses that one. She's 0 for 3 from the line. Substitutions for Campbell County as Cadence Smith checks in, as does Lauren Kubacher back into the game. Wagner receives the ball from the official. Remember, this game is video streaming on SheridanMedia.com as well, so you can find it there. And the Lady Broncs get their first free throw to fall. 1 of 6 are they in the first quarter, and it's 12-4. The Lady Broncs lead by 8. Neary, guarded by Tridy, out at the top of the key. Neary looks left, shovels it off to Smith. This is Cadence Smith. Pass it off to Martinez. Martinez, left-hand dribble, off to Cadence Smith. Now to Martinez, looking inside Kubacher. She's posting up. Now she does a little skip pass to Patience Smith. Patience will fire from the corner. Missed it. Off the front iron. Haniff comes up with a rebound. Off to Cam Wagner. Cam across half court. Picks her dribble up. Bounce pass to Blue. Quick pass to Tridy. Quick pass to Wagner. Cam eyes it. Nothing there. Passes off to Haniff now. Swing it over to Blue, and Blue backs it out with 1:47 to go here in the first quarter. 12-4. Lady Broncs lead by 8. Good start for the Lady Broncs. Maddie Wagner with it. Little bounce pass off to Ella Blue. Blue works toward the top of the key. Goes over to Cam Wagner. She fakes a jump shot from the three-point line. Now kicks it out to Haniff. Good patience. Now to a cutting Tridy. She's on the low block, guarded by the much taller Patience Smith. Off to Wagner. This is Cam. Couple dribbles to Blue, top of the key. Good defensive pressure from the good defensive set rather, not pressure from the Campbell County Lady Camels. Blue gets it off to Cam Wagner. She picks up her dribble. Now to Tridy. Now to Blue. She's in the right corner. Lady Broncs are working left to right across your radio dial. Blue gets past Smith. Kick it off to Cam Wagner. Open three. Left side. No good. Too hard. And Maddie Wagner fights for the rebound but can't come up with it. Instead, Patience Smith comes away with it. And the senior Smith operates for Campbell. She kicks it off to Kubacher. Three-pointer off of a screen. That's long. Haniff with the rebound. 52 seconds to go. Haniff keeps it. Left-hand dribble. Crosses half court, working against the much shorter Martinez. Now a handoff to Blue. Blue gets right by Martinez. In the paint. Left-hand shot. No good. Blue gets her own board. Blue, one dribble. Fires a shot. She'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Well, Blue's had some good looks at the rim here today. Just has got 1 to go. She has 2 points in the game. And I tell you what, I thought this when the Lady Broncs played Campbell County over in Gillette, but there's not a perimeter defender that can stay with Blue. I mean, she's just much, much quicker than any of the people that play out on the perimeter defensively as Blue misses that one. And the Lady Broncs have got to pick it up from the free throw line. Holy cow. They are 1 of 7 from the free throw line. Haniff out, McMullen in. And Danny Grooms comes over to the scorer's table to check in, but she's not allowed in as she came over late. So Blue at the free throw line, McMullen and Maddie Wagner on the free throw lane, Cam Wagner and Parker Tridy in the backcourt. Blues free throw up, no good. Holy cow, Lady Broncs. 1 of 8 from the free throw line, but they do lead by 8. Patience Smith across half court, looks left, finds Cadence Smith. Cadence is just a sophomore. Patience is a senior. Pass goes off to Kubacher. She drives in the lane, off the glass, can't get that to go. Rebound poked out, and Blue comes up with it. Blue with it, right-hand dribble, 20 seconds to go. Passes up to the senior McMullen. McMullen almost double-dribbled. She did double-dribble. I thought she double-dribbled. Whistle came late, but it's the right call as McMullen turns it over. Grooms is into the game, going to give Ella Blue a break as Blue is tired. Lady Broncs are a little short-handed. They've been dealing with sickness. They've got a couple injured girls. So that bench just gets thinner and thinner for the Lady Broncs, and it's the junior Grooms into the game. She guards Neary, gets a screen. Neary passes off to Kubacher. In the paint, double team comes. Kubacher one dribble, kicks it out to Martinez. She fires a long 2 off the backboard, no good. Tridy with the rebound, 2-1. Tridy heaves it from half court, up and no good off the backboard. At the end of 1, the Lady Broncs lead 12-4. You're listening to Lady Broncs basketball on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Here at Camco Federal Credit Union, we strive to see our members get the reliable vehicles they need with a competitive rate. Whether you're searching for a vehicle to get you from A to B or looking for a ride to cruise around with the family, Camco has you covered. Our loan team is ready to assist you today. To apply, come into one of our branches or apply online at campcofcu.com. Campbell Federal Credit Union, member NCUA and equal housing lender.
This is Terry Winnup with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, final home game of the season for the Lady Broncs. They lead 12-4 at the end of one. Lady Broncs in their huddle. Campbell County's already taken the floor. It's Kubacher, Neary, Martinez, Stewart, and Patient Smith on the floor for Campbell County. They're in their road blacks with purple and gold trim and gold numerals. Lady Bronc basketball out of the quarter break. It's Hanift, Cam Wagner, Maddie Wagner, Avery McMullen, and Ella Blue on the floor. Blue starts with the basketball, and it's man-to-man from Campbell County. Blue with it. Blue working through a double team as Neary came over. Blue keeps her dribble, kicks it off to McMullen. She fakes a three in the right corner. McMullen left-hand dribble, now switches over to her right, back to Blue. Camels are out of sorts defensively. The pass goes off to Haniff. She steps in the lane, kicks it out to McMullen. McMullen fires an open three, top of the key. Bang! Avery McMullen, her first 3 points in the game, and it's 15-4. The Lady Broncs lead by 11. 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Neary crosses half court, ball in the right hand, guarded by Blue, man-to-man. Neary lowers her shoulder, and they call an offensive foul, and I actually think it's a good call. I would have preferred a no call, but if you're going to call something there, it certainly wasn't a block on Blue. She did a great job moving her feet. Got her feet right in front of Neary. She lowered that shoulder enough to where they felt like the offensive foul call was justified. The Lady Broncs get the basketball after a turnover by Campbell County. Blue crosses half court, 7:16 to go on the range scoreboard. 15-4 is your score. Blue, right-hand dribble, guarded by Martinez. Crossover, gets to the elbow. Now she picks up her dribble. Little spin, and Blue falls to the floor. Comes up with the ball. They call a travel. Like I said, Blue's pretty quick. She can use her quickness to get in the lane and dish off. That time she picked up her dribble, and none of the other Lady Broncs came to the basketball. Once somebody picks the dribble up, you've got to move. You've got to cut to get open, give your point guard somebody to pass to. So turnover by Blue, and now it's Campbell basketball. Patient Smith guarded by Hanift. It's man-to-man from the Lady Broncs. That's all they've shown throughout the first 10 minutes of action. Martinez guarded by McMullen. Martinez skip pass, bad pass, but Kubacher runs it down, and she's fouled by Cam Wagner. They were both going for the ball. Cam a step late and knocked Kubacher to the floor. Cam's first foul, and both Wagners step out. Cam and Maddie step out. Hannah Mowry into the game for the first time. And on the floor, it's Blue, Tridy, McMullen, and Hanift along with the sophomore Mowry. Inbound pass, set play, goes to Kubacher. Kubacher dribbled it off of her knee, out of bounds. Good D by Avery McMullen. That's like the third turnover she's forced from Lauren Kubacher. Kubacher's had the ball stolen twice by McMullen, and that time McMullen just knocked it off of her knee. Got to dribble that ball low. Avery's a really good defender, and right now she is giving it to Kubacher. But remember, Kubacher had a really good second half against Sheridan 3 weeks ago. Pass goes off to Hanift. Hanift on the right wing, hands off to Blue. Blue picks up her dribble, overhead pass to Mowry. Open three, top of the key. The sophomore missed it. Hanift with the offensive rebound. Good rebound, shot up, no good, and poked away. Neary comes up with it, up to Martinez, up the left side. Tridy gives chase, makes Martinez slow up. Pass goes off to Stewart, and the Lady Camels have to reset. Goes to Patience Smith in the corner now. She's checked by McMullen. Smith off to Neary, looking inside, trying to get it to Stewart. Threw it just a hair far for Stewart, and it goes out of bounds. Another turnover by Campbell County. Unofficially, I've got the Lady Broncs forcing 8 turnovers already in this game against Campbell. 15-4 is your score, an 11-point lead for the Lady Broncs. A win in this one would put the Lady Broncs dead even in conference standings with the Lady Camels. McMullen looking inside, bad pass, stolen away by Kubacher. Kubacher, 3-on-3 break. Kubacher kicks it off to Neary on the three-point line. She tries to get a step in the lane, fires a runner. That does not go. Stewart hauls in the offensive board. Kick it out Martinez, top of the key. Spin move and stolen away. Good D by McMullen again. Blue comes up with it. Little skip-ahead pass up to McMullen. She blew the layup. Oh, my goodness. Avery McMullen was wide open. It would have been an assist for Blue, and she just blew it right off the backboard on that right side. McMullen's tired. She's given a great effort defensively, but those are the layups you got to have. And right now, with 5:20 to go, we've played almost 11 minutes in this game. Campbell County has not made a field goal. They have 4 free throws, accounting for their 4 points. Sheridan, on the other hand, 1 of 8 from the free throw line, and they still lead by 11. Martinez gets past Tridy, fires a shot in the paint. That does not go. Airballed, missed everything. Stewart gets a rebound. Double team comes, ball's loose. Martinez comes up with it, kick it out to Kubacher, swing it over Neary. Neary, a little jab step now to Kubacher. Kubacher gets run off the line by McMullen. Shot up, no good. Kubacher can't make it, and the drought continues from the floor for Campbell County. Blue quickly up to Cam Wagner. She's left alone along the baseline. Fires a shot and good. Cam Wagner with 4 points. Good look from Ella Blue. She gets another assist here tonight. And it's 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the first half. 17-4, the Lady Broncs lead. Neary with it. She gets a screen from Kubacher. Pass off to Kubacher now, top of the key. Swing it over Martinez, left corner. Lady Campbell's working right to left across your radio dial. Martinez passes it off to Patience Smith. She'll fire a 3. That does not go. Mowry with the rebound and then threw it away. Neary stole it right back. And that's the first bucket from the floor for Campbell County as Mowry turns it over and Neary lays it up and in. 17-6 is your score. Blue, top of the key, fires a quick shot over Kubacher. That's short, no good. Rebound hauled in by Martinez. And we're just over 4 minutes to go. Pass goes up to Kubacher, a little high. She does contain it. Now penetrates in the lane, fires up a runner, and they bail her out. Say a push-off by Tridy. Sheridan faithful not real happy about it. There was contact, but Kubacher a little bit out of control in the paint, fires up a shot and got the benefit of the foul call. And Kubacher, who has not scored here tonight, is at the line. Averages 65% from the free throw line on the season. First one up, and it does go. Kubacher, who averages 12 points a game, has her first point in the game. Avery McMullen looks dog-tired, and she checks out. It's Hanift, Cam Wagner, Mowry, Tridy, and Blue on the floor for the Lady Broncs. Kubacher's second free throw is on its way, and it does go. 2 points for Kubacher, and Campbell still has not missed a free throw. They're 6 for 6, and it's 17-8. Blue crosses half court, working right, gets a step on Martinez into the paint, and then lost the basketball, and they call a travel, which I don't know how. I mean, the ball was knocked loose before the travel came, but turnover by Ella Blue. And now Maddie Wagner checks in the game, and Ella checks out. So Parker Tridy will run the point the next time the Lady Broncs are on offense. It's Tridy, Hanift, both Wagners, Cam and Maddie, and Hannah Mowry on the floor. 3:49 to go. Campbell basketball. Campbell trails by 11. Martinez in the half court, kicks it off to Kubacher. She can't handle it, now runs it down. Working against Haniff. Kubacher gets into the paint, little bounce pass, looking for the cutting Stewart. The ball's on the floor. Tridy comes up with it. Actually, no, Wagner. Cam Wagner fought with it, and it's a jump ball call. Bella Martinson tied it up as Cam Wagner jumped the lane, and quick substitution. Bella Stewart, who's done a nice job on the boards, checks back into the game, particularly on the offensive boards. The 6-foot freshman has a couple offensive rebounds here in the first half. And then the Lady Broncs almost blew the inbound. Instead, Kubacher couldn't handle it, runs it down, gets it off to Patience Smith in the paint. Euro step swatted away by Cam Wagner. And Sheridan unhappy about that, and Campbell County's back at the line. Wagner got an awful lot of ball. Referee signals that she also got a bit of the back of Patience Smith's head. So Patience Smith is at the line. Smith, a 60% free throw shooter, averages 8.5 points per game. She sinks that one, and what's new? Campbell County 9 for 9 from the free throw line. I'm sorry. 7 for 7. Make it 7 for 7 from the free throw line. They've made one field goal. Smith missed that one. First miss of the game from the free throw line for Campbell County, and the Lady Broncs lead by 8. Haniff pulled down the rebound, hands off to Tridy, and now Tridy works it across half court. Over to Mowry. Mowry penetrates in the lane. Jump stop. Kick it off to Tridy, left wing. Tridy dribbles right, looking left. Passes off to Haniff. Haniff, jump stop in the lane, off to Mowry. Open three, top of the key. She fires it, missed everything. Ball's on the floor. Mowry ties it up along with Stewart. Jump ball, and Sheridan keeps possession. Quick shot from Mowry there. Missed it badly off to the left, and Lady Broncs keep possession, up 8. And Ella Blue, late substitution back into the game. Mowry out. So it's Blue, both Wagners, Tridy, and Hanift on the floor. And now Avery McMullen, even a later substitution as she comes into the game. And Maddie Wagner checks out. So final 3 minutes to go, and you've got starters on the floor for the Lady Broncs. Tridy looking right, now looking left. Passes off left to McMullen. McMullen fakes a shot. Gets them in the air. Passes off to Haniff. Haniff slips in the lane. Keeps the ball. Passes off to Tridy. And then we have a travel call as Haniff just slipped right in the lane. Her foot just came out from under her. She fell with the basketball, and that's the travel call. So another turnover by the Lady Broncs, who've done a pretty good job of keeping care of the basketball through this first half. We've got an 8-point lead. Neary with it on the right wing. Guarded by Blue. Neary penetrates into the paint. Kick it out, Patience Smith. Now she'll penetrate. Kick it out to Stewart. Stewart's guarded by Wagner. Back to Smith. Smith right corner. Now to the posting up. Stewart. She kicks it out. Kubacher top of the key. Guarded by Haniff. 2 left-hand dribbles off to Martinez. Martinez dribbles right. Gets past Tridy. In the lane. Fires a shot, and Wagner gets called for the foul. She doesn't like that one, but she did. Her hands were straight up in the air, and then she just kind of brought them down just enough to where she knocked Martinez to the floor. And Martinez is at the line. With a lot of free throws for Campbell County here in this first half. And now Maddie Wagner is going to check in for Cam Wagner, who has 3 fouls in the game after this free throw, of course. With 2 free throws, they always make the substitution in between the free throws. Martinez shot up no good. Martinez, just the second free throw miss from the Lady Camels here tonight. Martinez, a 66% free throw shooter on the season. Not a ton of attempts, 32, so a couple per game. Shot up, and that's no good. Missed the rim, and there's the whistle. Missed the rim. If the ball doesn't hit the rim on a free throw, it automatically goes to your opponent. So the Lady Broncs take possession, and they'll inbound. Up 17-9, 2.5 minutes to go. Tridy crosses half court. Right-hand dribble, kick it off to Haniff. She's on the far left wing, 35 feet out. She burns Neary, gets into the paint, step through Kubacher, up and in. Haniff with 4 in the game. And it's a 10-point lead for the Lady Broncs. Neary cross half court. Bad defense by Campbell. I mean, Haniff just went right by Neary and then right by Kubacher. And they give up the points. Kubacher, top of the key, looking right. Now crossover dribble left. Gets to the elbow, off to Martinez. Martinez gets into the paint. Kick it out to the corner, Smith. Smith, left-hand dribble. Kick it off Kubacher. She's on the left wing. Dribbles toward the top of the key. Now gets a screen. Working right. Kick it up Neary. Guarded by Blue. Neary, backup dribble. Tries to penetrate. Blue, good D. Shot up, no good. Stewart with the offensive board once again. And his last touch by Neary out of bounds. Well, the Lady Broncs had a good opportunity there. There was a couple times they just have not boxed out Stewart. I think it was Haniff that time that didn't put a body on Stewart. And she knows her role. She doesn't score a lot, but she did a nice job on the offensive glass attacking that. She sees a shot go up. She's trying to rebound. 19-9, Lady Broncs in the half court. They lead by 10. McMullen with it. Top of the key. Left-hand dribble. Swing it over to Blue. Blue penetrates in the lane. Cut off by Smith. Now Blue spins around, fires a tough left-handed shot and got it to go. Blue has 4, and it's 21-9 with 1:20 to go here in the first half. Martinez working against Tridy in the half court. Off to Smith. She's on the left wing. Screen comes for Smith, and the Lady Broncs switch. Pass goes to Kubacher. Open 3, and she hits it. The first 3-pointer to fall for the Lady Camels here tonight, and it's 21-12. Just the second field goal of the half for Campbell County. Ella Blue, right-hand dribble, working against Martinez. Keeps working right, gets a screen. Blue looking for somebody. Passes off Maddie Wagner. 1 dribble, kick it off McMullen. Now swing it to Blue. 46 seconds to go. Lady Broncs lead by 9. Blue works left. She's guarded by the much taller Stewart. Stewart's giving her plenty of space. Now the ball goes around the perimeter to the wide open McMullen. She'll fire a 3. Air ball. Missed everything. Ball's on the floor. Blue gives chase. She's comes up with it, and we have a jump ball. So it's Campbell County basketball as she was tied up with Patience Smith on the floor. So Campbell has possession with 30 seconds to go on the range scoreboard. Looking to cut into this 9-point deficit. The Lady Broncs were up 8 at the end of 1. They're up 9 right now, closing seconds of the first half. In the half court, Campbell basketball. Stewart with it at the elbow. Passes off to Neary. Neary, double team comes, looking for somebody. She lost the ball. Now finds a wide open Martinez underneath, lay it up and in. Breakdown by the Lady Broncs defensively. 21-14, 9 seconds to go. Haniff inbounds it to Blue. 7 seconds. Blue right by Martinez. She's tripped, falls to the floor, no call. And then he calls a walk. There's a lot of contact there. How does he not call a foul? Blue falls to the floor, slides on the floor, then comes up with the basketball, and Coach Sullivan's giving it to the official, and I don't blame him. That's a bad call right there. And now, the Lady Camels have a chance with 2.6 seconds. Pass goes to Smith. She fires a 3, heaves it up at the buzzer, no good. And after that really bad call, the Lady Broncs are not hurt. and they lead by 7 at the end of the first half. The score is 21-14. Your Lady Broncs lead. You're listening to Lady Bronc basketball on Sheridan Media Sports.
Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, we're at halftime. Final home game of the season for the Lady Broncs. They lead 21-14 over their rival, the Campbell County Lady Camels. And really, defensively, the Lady Broncs set the tone. They forced a bunch of turnovers by Campbell County. They made them take difficult shots when they weren't turning it over, and Campbell County didn't even have a field goal in the first quarter. They finally hit 3 field goals in the second quarter. They hit 1 3 and 2 2s to get their total to 14 points. But the Lady Bronc defense really has set the tone. They've given up a couple good looks from the three-point line that didn't happen to go down. But outside of that, they've made it really tough on Campbell in a primarily man-to-man. I mean, they played for 16 minutes. They played 15 minutes of that in man. When they went to zone on an out-of-bounds play is when Martinez got wide open and made a layup, an easy layup near the end of the half. Outside of that, it's been the man pressure from the Lady Broncs and the good team defense as they have gone help side against Campbell County, and they've kept them to just 14 points. Meanwhile, Campbell did go 7 of 10 from the free throw line. And that's a big story because Sheridan was 1 of 8. And when these two teams played last time, they shot the identical number of free throws, but Sheridan made 7 fewer free throws. So the free throw disparity is already in Campbell's favor. Campbell has 7 made free throws, Sheridan just 1 made free throw, and its fouls are about even. I mean, Sheridan has 8 free throw attempts. Campbell has 10 free throw attempts, but Sheridan is 6 points behind from the charity stripe, so that's got to get better in the second half. You run down the scoring real quick for Campbell County. Lauren Kubacher led the way for Campbell County with 5 points. Kaylee Neary had 4 points. Erica Martinez had 2. Bella Stewart had 2. And Patience Smith had a free throw. Meanwhile, over on the Lady Broncs side, Ella Blue, Cam Wagner, and Mesa Hanift all had 4 points. Parker Tridy, Avery McMullen, and Maddie Wagner all finished with 3 points. And the Lady Broncs lead 21-14. Well, conference is always, every weekend in conference play is a big weekend, but these games are big. The ladies game that's going on right now, and then of course the upcoming game on senior night for the boys as they take on the number 1 team in the state, Campbell County. The boys are ranked number 2 in the state. That's also how they sit in the conference standings. Sheridan second, Campbell first. And with a win tonight, Sheridan would draw even in terms of conference record with Campbell County. So big game for the boys, and of course the same is true for the Lady Broncs and the Camels, where if Sheridan wins tonight, if they can maintain this lead through the second half, the Lady Broncs would be tied with the Lady Camels, but they would be tied for third, whereas if the boys were to win tonight, they would be tied for first in the conference. And as we talk about conference, we'll run down the standings real quick on the girls' side. On the girls' side, it is Cheyenne Central. They are 19-1. They have not lost in conference. They're 10-0 in conference play. They've already played they played South the other night, and then they host Laramie tonight. But you can pretty much expect Central to be 11-0. Meanwhile, Cheyenne East played both of their conference games already this week, beating Laramie and beating South. They sit at 10-1. So those two teams are going to be the number 1 and number 2 seed on the girls' side. It's already decided. And then you get to Campbell at 6-4, Sheridan at 5-5, and then finishing out the Eastern Conference is Thunder, Laramie, and South. Remember, if Sheridan, the ladies, were to lose this game, and then they were to lose next week to Thunder, and Thunder was able to beat Campbell next week as well, then Sheridan would actually be tied with Thunder for fourth in the conference, and it would come down to a coin flip, and Sheridan might actually get that 5th seed in conference. So big game here tonight. If the Lady Broncs can win, they draw even with Campbell. They're guaranteed, at worst, the 4th seed for the conference tournament. We're happy you've been joining us all season long on the radio and being able to stream these home games on SheridanMedia.com. Coleman Hanchett does a great job on the camera. You get your score. Really high-quality way to watch basketball if you don't make it out, and come support these kids. It's an easy way to watch. Just go to SheridanMedia.com. Scroll down on the homepage. You'll find the link right there to click onto this game and catch the rest of the girls' game, as it's 21-14, and we're at halftime, and you can catch the boys' game in its entirety. It will start a little after 7 o'clock. As I mentioned, it is senior night for the boys. So we'll have an elongated break between the girls' game and the boys' game tonight. The boys and the girls will take on Thunder Basin next Saturday over in Gillette. And then 2 weeks from now, the Broncs and the Lady Broncs will be competing at conference tournament. Getting you set for the schedules for the week on some of the local teams in the area. Tongue River, both the boys and girls, are hosting Moorcroft tonight. Tomorrow they travel over to Sundance. For the Rams from Bighorn, tonight they host Wright, and then tomorrow they are at Grable. Arvada Claremont has 2 home games this weekend as they're taking on KC this evening, and then they'll host Midwest tomorrow. And then for Buffalo, they travel down to Douglas tonight and take on the Bearcats down there, and then they'll host Cody tomorrow afternoon in Buffalo. Lady Broncs lead 21-14. Fun game. High-pressure defense from the Lady Broncs, and the one thing you fear in this game is Campbell County is a good three-point shooting team. We mentioned it. I mean, they're first in the state in three-pointers. They're first in the state in free throws. And right now the free throws are the only thing keeping them in it. But, I mean, they can get hot in a hurry from the three-point line, and it's only a 9-point lead. So the Lady Broncs need to come out in the second half and try to shut down Campbell County defensively, and then just continue to work their offense and maybe be a little bit more efficient offensively, hit just a few more shots on the Lady Broncs side and try to get this game extended out to 14 or 15 points. With that, we'll take a quick break and come back with second half action. You're listening to Lady Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, getting set for the second half in a defensive struggle. Well, an offensive struggle, really. A defensive game, a defensive-minded game. It's just 21-14. The highest scoring player in the game is Lauren Kubacher with 5 points for Gillette. highest scoring Lady Bronc are 3 of them, Ella Blue, Cam Wagner, and Mason Haniff with 4. So we'll see if we can get the offenses going here in the second half. The buzzer sounds, the official blows his whistle, and it's Lady Bronc basketball to start. Full court pressure being applied from Campbell County. Inbound pass goes to McMullen, and McMullen starts the offense. She picks up her dribble near half court. Blue comes back and gets it. Now Blue right-hand dribble, now over to her left hand. And she'll work left out at the Bronc head. Campbell County shows zone. Pass goes to Tridy. Tridy to the high post to Wagner. Kick it back to Tridy. Tridy penetrates to the elbow. Kick it over McMullen. Open 3. Right side. No good. Long rebound hauled in by McMullen. And the Lady Broncs keep possession. We've got another opportunity. McMullen hands off to Blue. Blue with it. And ball poked away by Kubacher. Turnover by Blue. Up to Neary. Neary to the low block. She's cut off by McMullen. Out to Kubacher. She's run off the three-point line. Pass goes to the corner. Smith. This is Patience Smith. She goes into the lane. Kick it off to Stewart. Now looking for Neary. And McMullen gets her hand on that and knocks it out of bounds. The Lady Broncs and Avery McMullen in particular have played really good defense here in this first half. McMullen alone has tipped 3 or 4 passes and stolen a couple more balls. Neary inbounding, gets it to Kubacher, back to the basket, working against Haniff. Kubacher works out to the three-point line, now penetrates, working in, a little spin, fires a little fadeaway, and got it to go. Good touch from Kubacher. She has 7 points in the game, and it's 21-16. Blue passes over to Wagner. Wagner's along the right side, looking left, passes off to McMullen. Now McMullen works to the top of the key. Left-hand dribble. She drives down in the low block. Great pass from McMullen. Give her an assist as Haniff lays it up and in. Avery McMullen averages 2.5 assists per game and had a nice one right there and a little wraparound pass to the open Haniff. Quickly the other way, Smith fires a 3, off no good. Last touched by Bella Stewart and out of bounds. Sheridan basketball, 23-16. Just man-to-man pressure from Martinez. Blue trying to come get the ball. Wagner passing it in. She does get it to Blue, and now Blue will operate. Blue, right-hand side. Now Campbell drops into, actually it's zone. Nope. Looks like Neary maybe was a little lost there. Finds her man, and now it is man-to-man. Pass goes to McMullen. McMullen swings it over to Tridy. Tridy, pass off to McMullen. She'll fire a 3. Left wing, no good. Rebound hauled in by Kubacher. Actually poked away by Blue. Kubacher now hauls it in up the left side across half court. Kubacher, right-hand dribble. Stops near the elbow. She's cut off by McMullen. Kicks it off to Martinez. She dribbles. McMullen reaches in, pokes it away. It's on the floor. Tridy dives on it, and Martinez ties it up. Possession arrow stays with Campbell. So it's Lady Campbell basketball. They'll have to inbound from the far sideline. Lady Camels are working left to right across your radio dial this half. It's Kubacher inbounding with 6:09 on the range scoreboard. Lady Broncs lead 23-16. Inbound pass goes to Martinez. Now to Neary. She's out on the three-point line. Guarded by Blue, man-to-man. Neary working right. Neary gets to the elbow, kicks it off to Smith. This is Patience Smith. She blows right by McMullen, lay it up and in. Well, McMullen's played really good D, and that one in that set was not, as Smith got right around her and laid it up and in. Tridy with the ball in the half court to Cam Wagner, to a cutting Haniff. Haniff falls to the floor, last touched by Campbell out of bounds. Sheridan keeps possession up 5, 23-18, and into the game comes Taryn Haugen. She played very little in the first half, but did get some minutes. Avery McMullen, inbound pass to Cam Wagner. She's up top, just on the right-hand side at the top of the key. Now Wagner works left. Hands it off to Blue. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Blue with it. Bounce pass, stolen away. Bad pass from Blue again. Now Kubacher with it up. Fires a shot from the low block. That's no good. Haniff gives chase for the rebound, but Wagner actually runs it down. Wagner off to Blue. Blue runs the floor. Free throw line. Bounce pass to McMullen. Shot up. She's fouled. Can't get it to go, but Avery does go to the line to shoot 2. Nice pass from Blue there. I mean, Campbell County just can't keep up with the speed of Blue. And when she's under control, sprinting down the floor, she's found some really nice passes and created offense for the Lady Broncs. Created offense for her teammates. Avery McMullen fouled and hits her first free throw. Lady Broncs are now 2 of 9 from the free throw line in the game. The senior McMullen, in her final home game, has 4 points. Shot up and it does go. So Avery McMullen, 5 points in the game. Campbell County basketball, 25-18, the Lady Broncs lead. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Martinez checks it into Kubacher in the half court. She's at the elbow. Little handoff to Neary. Neary penetrates, lowers that shoulder. Haniff blocked it away. McMullen comes up with it. Neary tried to get a foul call, just threw it right into the arms of Haniff. She did a good job going straight up. Blue pass to the baseline. That's Wagner. Now up top, Blue. Quick pass over to McMullen left wing. McMullen, ball near that right shoulder. Now she dribbles. She's guarded by Patience Smith. Pass goes off to Cam Wagner. Swing it over to Blue. Right wing. Looking in for Haniff. Tries to get it to her. Bad pass again. Boy, another turnover by Ella. And Kubacher came up with that steal. That pass was just too high for Haniff to handle, and Kubacher came up with an easy steal. Pass goes in the half court over to Patience Smith. Far corner. Swing it over to Neary. Neary gets to the elbow, kicks it out. Smith, open three. She gets a good look at it, no good, and Haniff runs down the rebound. One dribble, double team comes. Somebody's got to go to the basketball. Haniff rips it out. The ball's loose. Tridy comes up with it. Tridy to Blue. Blue into the lane. Stops, takes a little 8-footer. That doesn't go. Rebound by Patience Smith. Fast-paced game, not a lot of points to account for it as Haugen comes up with it. This is Taryn Haugen off to Martinez. There are two Haugens on Campbell County. Only Taryn has played in this game. And now Kubacher gets by Wagner, lay it up and in. 9 points now for Kubacher, and it's 25-20. Timeout on the floor. Just a 30-second variety, so we'll leave it here. 3:57 to go on the range scoreboard. We're in the third period. It's 25-20. The Lady Broncs led by 8 at the end of the first quarter. They led by 7 at the end of the half. And right now lead by 5 halfway through the third quarter. Lady Broncs lost in overtime the last time these two played. Lost by 9 as the Lady Broncs just couldn't get anything going offensively in that overtime period. It was a tight game the entire game. Lots of ties, several lead changes, and Lady Broncs just couldn't pull it out in regulation and then didn't have the legs for it in overtime and wound up losing by 9 to Campbell County in their first meeting. Out of the timeout, it's Blue, McMullen, Hannah Mowry, Parker Tridy, and Maddie Wagner on the floor for the Lady Broncs. It's Patience Smith, Bella Stewart, Lauren Kubacher, Kaylee Neary, and Taryn Haugen on the floor for Campbell. 25-20 is your score. Blue across half court. Campbell trying to trap. Blue blows right through that. Gets it off to Tridy. Swing it over to McMullen. Over to Mowry. Open look at a three. Doesn't take it. Instead, she penetrates baseline. Nice bounce pass to an open Blue in the corner. Three. No good. Rebound fought for, and Kubacher comes up with it. But good look from Blue. Just couldn't get it to fall, and Kubacher pulled down the rebound. Kubacher gets a step on McMullen. Layup up. No good. Offensive rebound. Stewart fires up a putback. No good. McMullen tips it out. Stewart runs it down. Boy, she's got a lot of offensive rebounds in this game. Out to Patience Smith. She fires a three. No good. Offensive rebound. Neary up and in. Well, Lady Broncs have done a better job on the defensive boards. You know, I really hounded them early in the season about their lack of defensive rebounding, and they've done a much better job, and tonight it's starting to bite them. McMullen hits a three on the other end. Avery McMullen eyed it from the far right corner, hit it, and now it's 28-22. The Lady Broncs lead by 6. Timeout on the floor. This one called by head coach Ryan Sullivan, and it is a full timeout, so we'll take one with him. Lady Broncs lead 28-22. You're listening to Lady Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Lady Broncs lead 28-22. 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the third period. Out of the timeout, it's Campbell basketball. Blue, Cam Wagner, Mesa Haniff, Maddie Wagner, and Hannah Mowry on the floor for the Lady Broncs. Kubacher, Neary, Martinez, Stewart, and Haugen, Taryn Haugen, on the floor for the Lady Camels. Neary walks it across half court. She's picked up by Blue near the top of the key. Neary picks her dribble up, fires it over to Martinez right side, guarded by Wagner. Martinez left-hand dribble, Big size difference there out on the perimeter. Martinez 5'3", Wagner 5'9". Martinez, little bounce pass in. Maddie Wagner knocked it away. Ball's loose, and Hannah Mowry comes up with it. Good hustle from Maddie Wagner and Hannah Mowry, and now the ball's loose again. Thrown back into play, and Neary comes up with it. Over to Kubacher. Open three, left wing. That's long. No good. Wagner tips it out. Neary comes up with the rebound, and Mesa Haniff gets whistled for a foul as she fights for the rebound. Well, like I said, right now the Lady Broncs have to do a better job boxing out. Every time a shot goes up, they need to put a body on a Lady Camel, and they are not right now. They're just getting out of position, and it's Haugen out, Patience Smith in for Campbell County. 28-22, Lady Broncs lead by 6. 2.5 minutes to go. Neary inbounding from the baseline, kicks it off to Smith. This is Patience Smith. She passes left to Neary. On the left wing, looking inside for Stewart. Nothing there. Goes to Martinez in the corner instead. Martinez gets a step on Wagner. Kick it out Kubacher. Had an open three, didn't take it. Passes off to Neary instead. Neary dribbled it off her foot and out of bounds. Good D by Ella Blue. And Neary's talking to the official like she wants a foul call. Good D again by Ella Blue. She's done a nice job on Neary. Remember, Kayla Neary had 28 points in that first matchup. She had a great game. She hasn't attempted hardly any threes in this one. Blue with it, working against a double team. Martinez pokes it out of bounds, and the ball is... And Coach Sullivan's talking to the official. The ball was tipped out of bounds. I mean, Blue was dribbling. It was tipped out of bounds by Martinez, and they say Blue. And, that, well, call does not go the Lady Broncs way. The ball was just tipped out of Blue's hand, out along the sideline, and Campbell somehow gets possession of it. Kubacher with it at the elbow. Back to the basket. Now she spins and faces the basket. Off to Smith. Smith a couple dribbles. Swing it over Neary, right wing, guarded by Blue. Neary, one dribble off to Smith in the corner. Working against Mowry. Long pass, bad pass along the baseline. Thought it went out of bounds. No call. Ball's tied up. And jump ball, Sheridan basketball. Well, sloppy game offensively from these two teams. Neither team has shot well. Sheridan's done a better job of taking care of the basketball than Campbell. We've got a couple substitutions as Mowry and Blue are out. McMullen and Tridy in. They join Cam Wagner, Maddie Wagner, and Mesa Haniff. Full court pressure from Campbell. They're showing a little different look this time. It's a trapping full court pressure. They've run a little bit of it here in the third quarter. The referee's over here talking to the scorer's table about the possession arrow. And now we're ready to go. Cam Wagner inbounds it to Avery McMullen. McMullen dribbles left-handed, and Campbell looking to see if they can jump this dribble. They don't this possession, and now McMullen crosses half court, working against Patience Smith. She gets to the elbow, handed off to Cam Wagner. Now a handoff to Haniff on the perimeter. Haniff gets down in the paint. Bad D by Patience Smith. Lay it up and no good. Mesa Haniff has 6 points in the game and just couldn't get that one to roll in. She got right by Smith. Smith just didn't keep her nose on the basketball. Gave the angle to Haniff. Haniff goes right into the hoop and is back at the free throw line. Her second trip this game. Shot up and good for Mesa. She has 7 points. Well, Kaylee Chase is not on the bench tonight. I said early in the game the Lady Broncs were a little short-handed. No, Mesa Haniff's not feeling well, struggling with an illness. She has 8 points in the game. And that's on top of Aaron Newton's injury. And we've got a timeout by Campbell County as Haniff hits them both. 30-22 is your score. Brady Lutjen uses a timeout. And with 1:22, the score is 30-22. And right now, I mean, the Lady Broncs, whatever they do, they have to keep up the defensive pressure because they're not allowing wide open threes from Campbell County. However, Lady Broncs have got to box out on the defensive side. Like I said, I really hounded them early in the season. I thought they just weren't a very good defensive rebounding team. They gave up way too many extra possessions early in the season. They've mostly corrected that through the conference season. And here tonight, Campbell County has been able to stay in this game just because they continually are getting long possessions because the Lady Broncs refuse to box out. You've got to box out defensively, and you've got to maintain that box out. Right now, they're getting beat on the boards. Thankfully, it hasn't come back to bite them. It's 30-22 out of the timeout. McMullen, Maddie Wagner, Parker Tridy, Ella Blue, and Cam Wagner. It's Campbell basketball. Kubacher inbounding. There's Stewart, Martinez, Neary, and Patience Smith on the floor as well for Campbell. Whistle blows, and we're ready to go. 1:20 to go here in the third. Campbell basketball. Martinez with it. Cam Wagner guarding her. Lady Broncs show zone. And Martinez gets right down, fires a shot. She's fouled, no call. Lay it up and in. Martinez with her 4th point in the game, and Cam Wagner crosses half court. Ella Blue gingerly runs up the floor. Wonder if she got a little bumped on that play. McMullen drives into the paint. Ball swatted away. Kick it out to Blue. Blue will fire a 3. She hit it. Ella Blue, who jogged slowly up the floor, found herself open in the corner and hit her first 3 of the game. Pass goes to Neary, 33-24. Screen comes from Martinez. Neary gets free. Kick it off Smith. Now to Kubacher. Open 3 left side. No good. And Maddie Wagner, that time a good box out. Got her hands on it, and Ella Blue runs it down. Good box out from the senior Wagner. And now Blue crosses half court. Gets to the top of the key. Now to the elbow. Kick it off McMullen. Open 3. Right corner. No good. Rebound hauled in by Smith. 28 seconds to go. 33-24. Smith, right-hand dribble across half court. Kicks it off to Neary and actually threw it on the sideline. Way too high for Neary. And a turnover by Campbell. The Lady Broncs could get a double-digit lead heading into the 4th if they can have a good possession here. 22 seconds to go. 33-24. Wagner, Blue, McMullen, Tridy, and Maddie Wagner on the floor. Cam Wagner and Maddie together. Blue crosses half court. Pass it off to Cam. She's on the 3-point line, looking inside. Instead, skip past Avery McMullen. Wide open 3, left corner. Bang! Avery McMullen. She's in double digits, and it's a double-digit lead for the Broncs, 36-24, and the clock will expire without a shot. Lady Broncs take a 12-point lead to half. You're listening to the 4th quarter, 12-point lead into the 4th quarter. We'll return with your 4th quarter. You're listening to Lady Broncs Basketball on Sheridan Media Sports.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. The Lady Broncs lead 36-24 heading into the 4th quarter. It'll be Campbell County basketball to start once we get going here as the final seconds come off the clock for the quarter break. Out of the break, it's Blue, Tridy, Hanift, Mowry, and Cam Wagner. And I got to tell you, the Lady Broncs look gassed. That's a huge 3 from Avery McMullen and by Ella Blue near the end of that 3rd quarter to extend the lead to 12 because the Lady Broncs do look tired. Martinez with it, guarded by Mowry. Again, they're shorthanded tonight. Pass goes to Kubacher. Kubacher gets a stepped on hand and fires up a wild shot. Can't get it to go. Cam Wagner pulls in the rebound, gets it off to Blue. She's guarded by Neary in the full court. Blue little crossover, works left. Screen comes, and then doesn't actually screen as it's Cam Wagner with her hands in the air. Blue passes off to Tridy, right wing, guarded by Smith. Tridy, little spin move. Gets to the low block, pass out to Blue. Blue, top of the key. Now she back up dribbles. She's got a mismatch with Stewart. Instead, she passes off to Tridy. Tridy, right-hand dribble, right by Neary, and Neary pokes it away out of bounds. Sheridan keeps possession. Stewart out, Haugen in. This is Taryn Haugen, the junior. As I said, there's a second Haugen on the team. Hasn't played here tonight. Mowry. Ball in her right hand, looking for somebody to get open. Passes off to Tridy, who cut down to the low block. Tridy splits a double team, fires up a shot. Probably was fouled, no call. Ball's poked out of bounds. Last touch by Martinez. The Lady Broncs inbound once again. 36-24. Lady Broncs lead by 12. 7-18 on the range scoreboard. Lady Broncs show a box formation on this inbound play. Pass goes up top to Cam Wagner. She's knocked to the floor by Haugen. The refs have not called a heck of a lot of fouls in this game. I mean, the fouls that have been called, for the most part, have all been good calls. They've let the girls play, and that's just the first foul here in the 4th quarter. Like I said, a lot of free throws were shot in that 1st quarter, and then not a lot of free throws since then. Tridy gets the inbound. Double team comes. Tridy didn't see it coming, dribbled around her back, lost it. Martinez picks it up. Now the ball's knocked away by Mowry, and we've got a foul call. I think they're going to get Tridy, not Mowry. Mowry came from behind. They actually get Mowry for the foul. Foul goes against the sophomore. And Campbell keeps possession. Kubacher inbounds along the sideline. Kubacher receives the ball, passes off to Neary. Neary with just 6 points in the game. Again, had 28 in the first meeting against Sheridan. Sheridan's done a nice job defensively. Neary trying to penetrate on Blue. Blue cuts her off. Now Neary tries to back down. Fires up a wild shot. That does not go. Bad rebound by the Lady Broncs. Instead, Caden Smith picks it up. She's fouled. The putback is good. Oh, the ball actually hit the floor. No Lady Bronc went to go get the rebound. And Caden Smith darted in there after the ball bounced off the missed shot. Picked it up off the floor. Put the shot up, and she's fouled by Blue. And Smith's at the line, missed it badly, the free throw that is, off the backboard, and Haniff pulls in the rebound, and it's a 10-point game. Haniff crosses half court, right-hand dribble, picks it up at the volleyball line, now looks for Blue, little handoff to Blue. Double team comes, Blue kicks it off to Haniff. She's at the volleyball line, left-hand dribble, guarded by Kubacher. Haniff spins in the lane, kicks it out to Wagner. Wagner, top of the key, guarded by Haugen. Wagner picks her dribble up, looking for somebody. Blue does a nice job. What a travel. Wagner just drug her pivot foot. Blue did a nice job coming toward the basketball. Wagner didn't see it and then drug her pivot foot, and it's a turnover by the Lady Broncs. Well, you've got to have composure down here. You've got to be confident in the dribble, right? You've got to be confident with the dribble. You're up 10, 6.5 minutes to go. Big game for the Lady Broncs. They can move into a tie for third place in conference with a win here. Neary. Top of the key, gets a screen, kicks it out Kubacher. She'll fire the three. That does not go. She's been cold from the three-point line. Haniff pulls in the rebound. She gets it off to Blue. Blue crosses half court, left-hand dribble. Working against Martinez. Blue is knocked to the floor, and that's the second time that's happened. This time Martinez has whistled for the foul. And Martinez just running alongside Blue and trips her up, sends her to the floor. Mowry out. So now on the floor, it's Blue, Tridy, Haniff, Cam Wagner, and Avery McMullen. McMullen's inbounding. McMullen looking for somebody, gets it off to Blue, and we have a timeout by head coach Ryan Sullivan. He was worried about a 5-second call. You only have 5 seconds once you receive the basketball from the official to get the ball inbounds. And it was about 4 3/4 second there, so he burns a timeout. And the Lady Broncs lead 36-26, 6:07 to go. Next week, the Lady Broncs and the Broncs take on Thunder Basin over in Gillette. That'll end the regular season. The Broncs, who will play here in, about 35 minutes. Make it 40 minutes as it's senior night for the boys. Broncs are 16-2 on the season. Really good season for the Broncs, and they want a little revenge here tonight against Campbell County as they lost over in Campbell 3 weeks ago. McMullen inbounding, gets it off to Wagner, back to McMullen, looking inside for Haniff, had her for a second, didn't pass it to her, instead goes to Blue. Blue at the top of the key, guarded by Haugen. Blue backs it up, she points to her left hip for a set play, pass goes to McMullen. McMullen bounce pass out to Tridy. Campbell's trying to trap right now. Haniff penetrates into the lane. Double team comes, ball poked away. It's on the floor. Haugen comes up with it, passes up to Neary. Neary up the left side. Wagner gives chase. Neary kicks it out to Kubacher. Wide open three, left wing, no good. But Kubacher, a good three-point shooter. 40% on the season. Has 1 3 here in the game. McMullen with it in the half court. Dribbles around, gets past Neary, into the paint, kick it off Haniff. Haniff fires up a shot, and she's fouled. Haniff goes to the line. That's a tough call. Thought there was a lot of ball there, but Haniff, a good free throw shooter, goes to the line, trying to get into double digits. Kubacher picks up her second foul, and Haniff's at the line with 8 points. First free throw's up, and it goes. Haniff now 3 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. On the season, a 67% free throw shooter. Stewart checks in, Kubacher out. Haniff's second free throw up, and it goes as well. Haniff with 10 points in the game. Now 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Haugen with it across half court. Crossover dribble, looking left. Tries to penetrate. McMullen poked it away. Now comes up with a steal across half court. And McMullen slows it up. Good decision by the senior. 38-26. The Lady Broncs don't have to run. They're up 12. Pass goes to Tridy. 5 minutes to go. Over to Haniff. Haniff looking inside. Now she'll penetrate. Left-hand dribble. Ball poked away by Haugen. Turnover by Haniff. Bad turnover. Haugen comes up with it. Low block. Ball stolen by Haniff. Oh, she gave chase and then almost throws it away. Tridy runs it down. Gets it to Wagner. Now to Haniff. Now to Blue. And the Lady Broncs, like I say, they look gassed. They look tired. Sometimes you see bad ball handling. when you're just tired, your just legs aren't underneath you. Blue with it, off to Wagner. Wagner almost gets tied up. Martinez comes over. They call an offensive foul on Wagner. Call an elbow on Wagner, and her elbow did make contact with Martinez. I didn't think it was intentional at all. Wagner was just ripping the ball away from Martinez, and she hit her with her left elbow up near the ear. Martinez lays on the floor, both hands on her head. Nothing dirty about that play. Wagner just wanted to rip that ball away from Martinez after she received it. Martinez gets to her feet, walks off the floor with her head coach, Brady Lutjen. They make their way over, and the trainer, Joanne Goss, for Sheridan, who does such a good job for all these athletes and all these sports for Sheridan. Joanne goes over, and she'll talk to Martinez on the bench now, as it's Campbell basketball after the offensive foul on Cam Wagner. That is her 4th foul. And now Caden Smith checks into the game. Haugen checks out. McMullen, Blue, Cam Wagner, Hanneft, and Tridy on the floor. Neary with it. Passes off to Stewart at the high post. Now to the charging Kubacher. She tries to cut in the paint. She's cut off. Passes out to Smith. This is Caden Smith. Get it out to Kubacher. Working against McMullen. Kubacher trying to work against McMullen. McMullen all over her. And the ball's on the floor. Knocked away. Last touched. Actually saved by McMullen. Actually, McMullen's on the baseline. Oh, good hustle. Blue saved it from going out of bounds once. Then McMullen dove on the floor, and her right shoulder touched the baseline. So Campbell keeps possession down 12. 38-26. 4:15 to go on the range scoreboard. Neary inbounding. Looking right. Long pass up top to Patience Smith. She looks left, instead dribbles right. Hands off to Cadence Smith. This is the sophomore Smith. Looking inside, tries to get it to Kubacher. Bad pass, but it's kicked out to Patience Smith. She fires a three, hit the bottom of the backboard, and we've got a foul on Parker Tridy on the three-point try. Must have been on the box out, because they're going to award 3 free throws. It was a late whistle. I thought they were going to get an over the back. Instead, the foul goes against Parker Tridy, boxing out Patience Smith, who now goes to the line to shoot 3 free throws. Smith's free throw is up and missed. Smith, 1 of 3 from the free throw line in the game, a 60% free throw shooter on the season, but not many attempts. That was just her 13th attempt on the season. Up and in. She got that to go. 4 points for the senior Smith. 38-27 is your score. The Lady Broncs lead by 11. 1 more free throw to go. You've got to let the shooter land, and apparently Parker Tridy did not after the 3-point attempt. So 3 free throws up, and she makes 2 of them. And now it's 38-28. Full court pressure with a trap coming. Blue breaks it easily, gets across half court, top of the key, and now she backs it out. She's hounded by Cadence Smith. Blue gets to the elbow. Blue finds a wide open Hanneft underneath, laid up and in. Assist to Blue. What a breakdown defensively. Bad defense. Whoever was down low by Campbell County just let Mesa Hanneft wide open on the low block. Probably somebody you want to guard. 40-28, the Lady Broncs lead, and then Kubacher throws it out of bounds. Too high for Neary. Another turnover by the Lady Camels, that one unforced. 40-28, well, Campbell's had some silly turnovers in this game. They have not played nearly as well as they did over in Gillette. Haven't shot well, haven't taken care of the basketball well, and some of that is due to just the high-pressure defense from the Lady Broncs. Blue collects the ball on the inbound pass, passes up to Hanneft in the middle of the floor, off to Wagner, now swing it over Tridy. Open 3, right corner, no good. Blue fights for the rebound, but Kubacher runs it down, and then she's fouled by Hanneft 85 feet from the basket. Hanneft tried to poke it away from Kubacher, and it's the 5th team foul on the Lady Broncs, so Kubacher goes to the line to shoot free throws. She's a 65% free throw shooter on the season. 2 for 2 here tonight. Averages 12 points a game. She's at the line and collects her 10th point of this game. Kubacher, along with her teammate Neary, both have signed to head up to MSU Billings and play basketball next season as freshmen. Kubacher hits them both. 11 points in the game. She's the leading scorer for the Camels. 3:18 to go. Blue working against pressure. Fires a pass knocked out of bounds by Kubacher. Lady Broncs keep possession. Lady Broncs up 10 with 3:14 to go. Well, right now the recipe for the Lady Broncs is just take care of the basketball with 3 minutes to go. And then if Campbell needs to foul, Sheridan's got to hit a couple free throws to keep this lead. McMullen inbounding, gets it to Cam Wagner. Back to Avery, she crosses half court. Now to Blue. Blue at the volleyball line, guarded by Martinez. Works left, passes off to Tridy. She's on the left wing. Looking for a screen. Screen comes. She dishes it off to Haniff. Haniff to bounce pass out to Blue, and we're under 3 to go. Blue working right. Gets down into the paint. Double team comes. She passes off to Tridy, but a foul called. I believe it's going to be on Martinez, and they hold up the number 1, so it is on the senior Martinez. Good decision by Blue. She drove in, was cut off at the low block, back pivoted, and then the reach came. That's the 4th foul by Campbell. Inbound pass goes to McMullen. Nice entry pass up to Haniff, lay it up and in. Haniff with 14 in the game. Really good entry pass from that corner from Avery McMullen. Haniff went up and caught it and had an easy layup as Stewart was fronting Haniff down low. Nothing she could do with a good pass, and we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll join them with a timeout. 42-30 is your score. The Lady Broncs lead. You're listening to Lady Bronc Basketball on Sheridan Media Sports.
You save, we give. Hi, this is Cheyenne Panetta with First Northern Bank of Wyoming. You're familiar with our Roundup program by now, but did you know that in 2024, we matched over $29,000 that we donated to local nonprofits in our communities? At the end of the first quarter, we will be giving to local museums. If you haven't enrolled, stop by 29 North Gould Street to sign up today. You save, we give. It's a win for you and the community. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, investing in Wyoming communities since 1885. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 402576.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. The Lady Broncs lead 42-30 with 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Well, these two teams met in the state championship last year, and really it kind of set up, this year's kind of setting up similar to last year, where neither Campbell nor Sheridan, I think, were really predicted to get to the state championship last year. They were hanging around in conference, not the top teams in the conference. And then state tournament came, and both of these teams had great semifinal games and matched up against each other in the state championship, and a foul's called on Ella Blue, and she puts both palms up in the air. And I tend to agree with the junior Blue. It was a shot fired by Neary, and Blue got an awful lot of ball, and Ella Blue picks up her 4th foul. Neary at the line. This is her second trip to the free throw line here today. Shot up and good. Neary with 7 points in the game. Neary averages almost 19 points a game. And again, Ella Blue and Avery McMullen, primarily Ella Blue, but Avery McMullen as well, have done a really nice job on the senior Neary. Second free throw up, and it does go. Neary now with 8. And it's 42-32. Lady Broncs lead by 10. 2.5 minutes to go. Blue working against Martinez in the full court. Blue works back right, crosses half court. Martinez can't keep up with her. Blue gets into the lane and then backs it all the way out to the Bronc head at half court, and now they switch. Patience Smith comes out. Avery McMullen collects the pass from Blue. McMullen penetrates to the elbow, kicks it off to Wagner. She'll fake a drive, kick it off to Tridy. Tridy guarded by Neary. She tries to split a double team and loses the ball. Turnover by Tridy. Should have just picked that ball up and gotten rid of it. Instead, Kubacher with it now. Kubacher stops at the three-point line, working against Hannah. Fires a shot in the lane, falls to the floor, and it's poked out of bounds. Last touch by McMullen. Well, Kubacher hasn't shot real well from the floor tonight. She's attacking the rim, but when she gets down in there a little bit wild, fired that one off the foam, and it wound up going out of bounds off the Lady Broncs. Inbound pass goes to Kubacher. Hand off to Neary. Neary darts into the low block. Fires a shot off the glass. Can't get it to go. Good help from Haniff, and then Haniff pulls in the rebound. And then Neary fouls in the full court, which sends Ella Blue to the free throw line with a chance. Certainly not to ice this game, but these are important free throws for sure. Up 10, a minute 49 to go, and the junior Blue is at the line. She has 7 points in the game. On the season, 61% free throw shooter. Lady Broncs did not shoot well from the free throw line in the first half, just 1 of 8. They've shot much better here in the second half. Blue up and in. She has 8 points in the game. She's now 1 of 3 from the free throw line in this game, and she has another one upcoming. It's Haniff, Cam Wagner, Blue, Tridy, and McMullen on the floor for the Lady Broncs. Second free throw on its way. Good. Blue with 9, and it's Campbell basketball down 12. A minute 48 to go on the range scoreboard. We're in the fourth quarter. Martinez crosses half court, guarded by Tridy. Martinez works left, kicks it off Neary, hounded by Blue at the three-point line. Neary penetrates in the lane. Good pass from Neary, and then the shot swatted away by Wagner. And, I mean, Sullivan just turns his back on the official and walks the other way. Wagner swatted the ball. There was no contact with the hand, no contact. It's a bad call, really bad call. Probably won't matter, but Cam Wagner fouls out with 4 points. She goes to the bench, and Maddie Wagner checks in for her. That's a bad call. Haugen at the line. I mean, Cam Wagner's 3 inches taller than Haugen and just swatted that ball right out of the way. Haugen fires a free throw, no good. Missed it off the back iron. Haugen just a 57% free throw shooter on the season. Hasn't scored here tonight. Played a lot of minutes off the bench. Second free throw on its way. She gets that one to go. Her first point in the game, and it's 44-33. And the Lady Broncs will play the final minute and a half with one of their starters on the bench. Blue splits a double team, works right. Now passes off to McMullen. McMullen drives right, passes off to Tridy out near the volleyball line. Tridy gets past her man, gets into the paint, kick it out to Haneft. Swing it way up Blue, and the Lady Broncs are going to run clock. Blue near the half-court line. Neary comes, tries to foul. No call. Blue dribbles into a double team. Ball's poked loose. Blue picks it up. Blue tries to dribble through 3 Camel defenders and turned it over. Smith to Neary, lay it up and in. 10 points in the game for Neary and a timeout by Brady Lutjen. Wayla Blue, who's been able to split the double team tonight, well, dribbling the basketball, tried to dribble through 3 Camel defenders and lost it there. Another turnover by Ella, and Campbell has a glimmer of hope here in the game with it 44-35. There's a timeout on the floor. Well, Campbell has not shot well from the three-point line here tonight. But it's always the worry. When you face a team that is a high percentage shooting team from the three-point line, that's always the worry, is that they're going to hit a couple threes, and instead of a 9-point game, all of a sudden it's a 5-point game or a 3-point game. And then the pressure starts to build. So Lady Broncs, with a minute 2 left to go, up 9, just need to take care of the basketball. When they do get fouled, they need to hit a couple free throws and then play good, solid defense. Great effort from the Lady Broncs. Like I said, I know there's some sickness going through this team, and they're gassed. Blue is going to inbound for the Lady Broncs. Haneft and McMullen are up in the forecourt. Pass goes off to Haneft. Haneft is fouled by Haugen immediately. That sends Mesa to the line, and that's probably not the person you want to foul. She's the best free throw shooter by percentage on the Lady Bronc basketball team. She's also shot the most free throws on the season. Haneft, a 67% free throw shooter. 4 of 6 here tonight, and the sophomore is at the line. Shot up and good. Haneft with 15 points in the game. 10-point lead for the Lady Broncs. Exactly 1 minute to go on the range scoreboard. Second free throw up, and Haneft hits it. She has 16 in the game. 2 for 2 on that trip. Neary crosses half court, working against Blue. Neary darts into the lane, fires a terrible pass. McMullen comes up with it. Neary just left her feet. Now McMullen carries the ball down around her hip, and she's tied up. They actually call a foul. I'm actually surprised they didn't call a jump ball. So Lady Broncs benefit from that call. Patience Smith fouls Avery McMullen, and now she goes to the line to shoot free throws. Avery 2 of 2 here tonight. The senior in her final home game aims this free throw up and no good. Avery, a 58% free throw shooter coming into the weekend. Now she's 2 of 3 tonight. Second free throw this trip upcoming. Lady Broncs lead by 11. Up and make it 12 as Avery sinks that one. She has 12 points in the game. 43 seconds to go. Martinez across half court, guarded by Tridy. Man-to-man. Pass goes to Neary. She gets down the low block, kick it out to Smith. Smith gets run off the three-point line. Now Smith almost throws it away. Does, in fact. Tridy comes up with it off to Haneft. Haneft, one dribble. She's fouled, and that's going to do it with 29 seconds to go. Lady Broncs lead 47-35. They're up 12, 29 seconds to go. And the Lady Broncs, hard-fought game where Campbell just couldn't get anything going offensively. They were a little out of sorts, a little sloppy. But credit the Lady Bronc defense. I mean, Kubacher and Neary killed them last time, and they've done a pretty good job on both. I mean, they did wind up with 11 and 10, but it hasn't been an efficient 11 and 10. Both free throws up and in by Hanift. Good free throw shooting night for her. 49-35. Neary crosses half court, down 14. Neary looking inside to Kubacher. Kubacher's fouled. That's the one thing you don't want to do. Avery McMullen reached in and fouled Kubacher. So now Gillette can score with no time running off the clock. I mean, it's not going to make the difference in the game, but situationally, don't want to give up that foul there. Just Avery McMullen's second foul. She played tremendous defense tonight. Kubacher misses that free throw. Her first miss of the evening. So she sits at 11 points. 49-35. Lady Broncs are going to win. We'll just see what the final tally is. Up and in for Kubacher. 12 points in the game, right at her season average. It's a 13-point lead for the Lady Broncs. Ella Blue tries to inbound. Ball's poked away. It's on the floor. Last touched out of bounds. They say last touched by Hanift. It's on that far sideline, and the official does award the ball to Campbell County. 49-36 is your score. Campbell County basketball, 18 seconds to go. Neary inbounding. Gets it to Kubacher out on the three-point line. She's guarded by McMullen. Kubacher dribbles left. Now they switch, and Blue guards her. Kubacher throws up a shot. That doesn't go. Maddie Wagner pulls down the board with 10 seconds. Ball poked out of bounds. Last touch by Kubacher, and Lady Broncs are going to win. Score right now is 49-36, but with 8 seconds left, you'd imagine, I mean, Campbell's still showing full court pressure, so they may get a steal and a bucket or something like that, but you would imagine. And Haniff gets it, and she's fouled by Haugen. So Haniff goes back to the line, and she can just add to her season average here. No reason to foul with 8 seconds left. If they do foul and send Haniff to the line, Danny Grooms and Ruby Reimers run over to the scorer's table, they'll finish off the last 7 seconds of this game. Both juniors. Grooms played briefly in the first quarter. Reimers will see her first action tonight. Haniff's free throws missed. 8 of 11 is Haniff from the free throw line tonight, with one more free throw upcoming. Maddie Wagner and Avery McMullen check out. The seniors leave the Sheridan High School floor for the final time. They go off, get hugs from their teammates. Haniff hits the free throw, and it's 50-36. Neary with it. She fires a shot at the buzzer. Got it to go. So Neary finishes with 12. But the Lady Broncs get revenge from 3 weeks ago and win 50-38. They pull even with the Campbell County Lady Camels in the conference standings. Both teams now at 6-5. Campbell will play Thunder next week, as will Sheridan. The Lady Broncs' final regular season against Thunder takes place next Saturday over in Gillette. You can hear that game on SheridanMedia.com and on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM. Well, what an effort by the Lady Broncs. And again, remember, it is senior night tonight, so we'll have a little bit of a longer halftime, or rather break in between the boys and the girls and the boys game, as the seniors will be honored for the Broncs tonight prior to their game, and then they'll get a full warm-up after the senior announcements. But we'll take a break and then wrap up this girls' game, run down the scoring for you. And what a big win for the Lady Broncs. I mean, the game was, I don't want to say it was never in doubt, but I mean, Campbell kept it at about 5 or 7 points there midway through the second quarter and into the third quarter. And then the Lady Broncs just midway through the third quarter pulled away and kind of maintained an 8, 10, 12-point lead, and Campbell could never find the shots to get back into that one, and the Lady Broncs win 50-38. We'll hear from a couple of our sponsors, come back and wrap up the Lady Bronc game, and then get you set for the Bronc game. You're listening to Lady Bronc and Bronc basketball on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Got an extra $1? Buy one, add one for $1. McDonald's has got you covered with the new McValue menu. Start your day with breakfast favorites like the Sausage McMuffin, Sausage Biscuit, or Sausage Burrito. Buy one, add one for just $1. For lunch or dinner, enjoy classics like Double Cheeseburger, McChicken, or 6-piece Chicken McNuggets. Buy one, add one for only $1 more. Mix and match. Download the McDonald's app for exclusive deals like free fries Friday with a $1 purchase. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
There's no known cure for tinnitus, but we can help provide you with relief. Hi, I'm Dr. Addison Dempsey.
And I'm JT Kraft from EBA Hearing and Sound.
Linear is the first low-risk, non-invasive medical device of its kind that is clinically proven to relieve tinnitus and is FDA approved.
Starkey's brand new Edge AI hearing aids offer groundbreaking technology that powers the most capable hearing devices available, while also offering expanded tinnitus masking therapies.
Schedule today to determine what tinnitus treatment is right for you.
EBA Hearing and Sound, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 39 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call at 672-7971 or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Loans can help people when they need money. Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union makes loans. So does that mean Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union helps people? You bet it does. That's what it's all about. When you're a credit union member, that means you're also an owner. And practically anyone in the Sheridan area can be a member by becoming a customer. At Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, located at 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
This is Kent Sherwood with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, wrapping up the girls' game where the Lady Broncs win 50-38 over arch rival Campbell County. Just a game where the Lady Broncs came out. They set the tone early. They were up 8 at the end of the first quarter. They actually didn't give up a field goal in the first quarter. They only gave up 4 free throws and led 12-4. Then Campbell's offense came back a little bit in that second quarter, but it remained a 7-point game into halftime. And then, as I said, Campbell was able to cut that lead to 5 a couple times in the second half, but Sheridan just slowly pulled away, and it really started on the defensive end. The Lady Broncs led by 12 at the end of 3 quarters, and they win by 12 points, 50-38. Lady Broncs and Campbell County both made 15 free throws. Sheridan shot 24 of them. Campbell County shot 22 of them. And talking about Sheridan's defense, I mean, they allowed Kaylee Neary to score 28 points 3 weeks ago. She was held to just 12 points in this one, and everything was difficult for Kaylee. Really good job by Ella Blue and Avery McMullen. And then Lauren Kubacher finishes with 12 points for Campbell County. So those are the only 2 that get in double digits. And beyond that, there wasn't a lot of scoring. Patience Smith with 5, Erica Martinez with 4. Cadence Smith and Bella Stewart each had 2, and then 1 free throw for Taryn Haugen. And that's the scoring for Campbell County, who, I mean, they're 3rd in the state in scoring, averaging 54 points a game. They only scored 38. So, like I say, really credit Sheridan's defense. I know Campbell didn't shoot well, and they had some uncharacteristic kind of silly turnovers that, you know, when you turn it over, you don't get looks at the basket. You're playing defense after you turn it over. So, certainly not Campbell's best game by any means, but I think a lot of that can be attributed to Sheridan. And speaking of Sheridan, I mean, shorthanded, they're not feeling well, a lot of sickness going through this team, and they came out and did what they needed to do. Mesa Hanift, not feeling well, scored 19 points. Avery McMullen, in her final home game, finished with 12 points and played excellent defense. She forced several turnovers on Kubacher and then turnovers on whomever else in help side when she was guarding other girls. She did a little bit, guarded Neary a little bit, and just did a really nice job. Avery McMullen, again, finishes with 12 points. Ella Blue finished with 9 points and really got the Broncs started in their offense today. Campbell County, through 2 games, hasn't found a way to try to limit Ella Blue from operating. I mean, there's just nobody on the floor that can keep up with Ella, and she did a nice job tonight, finishes with 9 points. Cam Wagner had 4 points. Parker Tridy had 3 points. And Maddie Wagner, in her final home game, finishes with 3 points as well. Lady Broncs win 50-38. boys are done with senior night as the seniors for the Broncs have all been announced. They came out on the floor with their parents and their siblings, and that is over, and you can hear the SHS band in the background getting set for this matchup of 1 versus 2. Not only are they 1 and 2 in the Eastern Conference, Campbell being 1, Sheridan being 2, but they are also 1 and 2 in the polls, as Campbell number 1 in the media poll and Sheridan number 2 in the media poll. So we'll get you set for the boys game. We'll take a break and hear from some of our sponsors and be ready to go on this final home game for the Sheridan Broncs. You're listening to Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Broncs and Lady Broncs.
We all know what number 1 and number 2 are, but have you ever gone number 3? Well, if you have and you now need someone to come and fix your plumbing, there's only one call to make. A+ Plumbing has seen and dealt with it all over the years, and they will not judge you. Give them a call at 672-9454 and let them take care of your number 3. After all, they are number 1 in the number 2 business. A+ Plumbers, 672-9454.
Need a bank that works on your schedule?
At First Federal Bank & Trust, you can open personal checking and savings accounts anytime, online or through the First Federal app.
It's quick, simple, and designed to fit your life.
And as we celebrate 90 years of community commitment, we're proud to keep making banking easier for you. Open an account today at efirstfederal.bank or on the app.
First Federal Bank & Trust, 90 years of putting our community first.
Member FDIC.
Construction loans are becoming more and more popular with customers at First Bank of Wyoming, and for good reason. Hi, this is Kim Newman. With a construction loan from First Bank of Wyoming, it's easy to keep track of our entire project with the help of our online construction platform.
And it's from Buffalo and Lake DeSmet. The HOA fee is only $350 per year. And if you're looking for a little acreage, it's worth a look. Call me, Dolly Bellis, at Buffalo Realty, ERA powered, at 307-751-8261. See 63 Sand Creek Drive at BuffaloRealtyLLC.com.
A career in nursing starts at Sheridan College. With state-of-the-art labs, expert faculty, and real-world clinical experience, our nursing program sets you up for success. But don't wait. The application deadline is February 28th. Take the first step toward a career that changes lives. Visit sheridan.edu or call 675-0505 and apply today. Sheridan College, where your future in healthcare begins. Remember, deadline to apply is February 28th.
Encourage your boys to stay active and have fun this summer with the Sheridan Recreation District's Web Right Little League Baseball. Designed for boys ages 7 to 12, this program is split into 3 divisions by age. Baseball offers a fantastic way for your kids to participate in a sport that embraces teamwork and individual abilities. Registration is now open. Sign up now at SheridanRecreation.com, visit the office in Thornrider Park, or call 674-6421. Don't delay, registration is open.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. We are getting set for the boys. They're taking on Campbell County Camels in this long-time rivalry, and we've got a couple updates from Kevin Coyle. Boys Regional Wrestling, Sheridan gets third by a half-point over Cheyenne Central. Thunder Basin finishes first, East second. As I said, Sheridan third. Regional champs are Keegan Rager in the 165-pound division, Kelton Crow in the 175-pound division. The girls' regional tournament at South concludes tomorrow, and the state tournament starts next Thursday. So thanks to Kevin for getting us updated on the wrestling. But it's basketball here at home, and it's senior night for Sheridan. Sheridan has three seniors on the team: Ty Gilbertson, Connor Bateson, and Ty Leach. All three of them were honored at center court in between the girls and the boys games. The girls did win by 12. They're now in a tie for third place in the Eastern Conference. But tonight we've got a big one. It's the number one team in the state, Campbell, versus the number two team in the state, Sheridan. Sheridan sits at 16-2 on the season. They're 8-2 in conference. Campbell, their overall record's a little bit deceiving, 11-7, but they played a ton of out-of-state teams. They are 9-1 in conference play. And the last time these two met, Sheridan lost 61-65. Sheridan shot just 23% from the three-point line, which really that's probably the difference in the game. I mean, Sheridan is the number 2 three-point shooting team in the state. As a team, they average 34%, and they only shot 23% from the three-point line. They only shot 41% overall. Meanwhile, Campbell County hit 9 threes, shooting 38%. Campbell County also went 10 of 16 from the free throw line. And that's not a great percentage, that's 63%, but Sheridan only shot 4 free throws. So, that was the difference in the game, is that Campbell County was hitting threes, and they had 7 more free throws than Sheridan, and they wind up with a 4-point victory over in Campbell. Tonight, I just would not expect Sheridan to shoot that poorly. I think sometimes you go over to Campbell County's gym. It's a rivalry game. You're emotional. Maybe you don't shoot well in that first quarter, and then you're kind of pressing a little bit to shoot well in the second and third quarters. And that's something the Broncs they haven't done, is press offensively. They've been so good offensively where they're willing to let the game come to them, or they're willing to create and hit open looks, and they're super efficient as a team. I mean, they're third in scoring, they're second in field goal percentage, third in three-point percentage, they're second in free throw percentage, and on top of all that, Sheridan has the number 1 defense in terms of points allowed per game in the state. You go over to Campbell County's side, they are the number 1 scoring team in the state, 67 points a game. Sheridan averages 63 points a game. Gillette is 5th in field goal percentage, 44% from the floor, but they shoot so well from the three-point line, 37%. Again, number 1 in the state. Sheridan, number 2 in the state. And then Gillette, also the number 1 free throw shooting team in the state, 72% versus Sheridan's 68%. The big difference is Campbell County, on average, gives up 65 points a game. Sheridan, on average, gives up 48 points a game. So, Sheridan's defense can be a little better than it was the last time they played. And then, of course, their offense, just if they will play more like we've seen them play, 16 games out of this season, I would expect that we'd see a victory from Sheridan here tonight. But it's the final home game. It's senior night. We just talked about emotions when you go over and you play your rival in Gillette. Well, with senior night and your final home game, might be a little emotion on the floor here too from the Broncs. So I think we'll know early if the Broncs are kind of settled into how they play their offense, which is, let's look for a great shot. Doesn't matter who takes it. Let's just get somebody a great shot. And if they can do that, I think the Broncs will be set up well. And this is a big game for the Broncs because, as I said, the biggest thing, overall record and the rankings, those don't really matter. What does matter is your conference record. And if Sheridan wins tonight, they would be tied with Campbell County for that number 1 seed in conference, and it could conceivably come down to a tiebreaker. Both of these teams, both Campbell County and Sheridan, will have to play Thunder Basin next week. Campbell will play them on Thursday. Sheridan will take on Thunder in their final regular season game of the season next Saturday over in Gillette, and we'll, of course, bring that game to you live on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM. Keep in mind, tonight's game is being streamed. Coleman Hanchett is on the camera today. He does an excellent job working the camera. It's a great feed from Sheridan Media. So if you didn't get out here tonight in what looks like a not capacity crowd, but gosh, we're probably at 90%, 95%. I mean, a lot of seats are taken here tonight, which, of course, I mean, it's the last final home game of the year, and on top of it, the weather warmed up. So nice to see. So nice to see that white stuff melting. Well, we are getting set here. The Broncs have left the floor from their warm-ups. They'll go over and get their final instructions from head coach Jeff Martini. Campbell still on the floor. They have not gone over to their bench. But, you know, individually, we look at those seniors. Connor Bateson runs the point. He averages 7 points a game, 4.1 assists per game. He's 4th in the state in assists per game. And then you have Ty Leach and Ty Gilbertson, who primarily are bench players. They come off the bench. I don't know if Coach Martini will start them tonight. As they sit on the bench, and I'm getting a peek right now, it does look like he'll start both Ties, so they'll get their first starts of the season. Ty Leach on the season, averaging 2 points a game, shoots 35% from the three-point line. Ty Gilbertson, he's played in 9 games, has 10 total points on the season, and they'll get the start tonight. It appears, anyway. They have their warm-ups off, like they're going to get the start tonight. And it's always the fun thing about senior night is you put in the work. You know, you're always part of the team. You may not play as much as you want, but that work in practice, when the people come to the gym, they may not see that. But you're making the starters better. When you're out there playing, a lot of times you're running the offense that Campbell County might be running, and you're trying to give the starters a look at it. So Ty Leach and Ty Gilbertson, 2 seniors, who will be in the starting lineup tonight. Ty Gilbertson, of course, is going to Montana Tech to play football next year. And then Connor Bateson, the typical starter for the Broncs, will start as well. And we're going to hit the national anthem, and then we'll get to the official starting lineups when that is through. You are listening to Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Hey, Jill, what do you think about those folks looking to buy or sell a home right now while it's still cold out?
I think it's the best decision they can make all year. Hi, this is Jill and Colton Bates at the Bates team at Best, and many people are looking for that perfect time to buy or sell when your future home or buyer may be out there right now.
It makes sense for buyers to get ahead of that common spring push, but what about sellers? Wouldn't having more buyers be beneficial?
Those looking right now are likely serious buyers, and starting now can move up the seller's timing in a big way.
Let's get started now so you can have a fun and stress-free summer. Give us a call today at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net.
Proudly brokered by EXP. Is Wyoming Corporate Office your one-stop shop for everything you need for your Wyoming-based business, LLC, or corporation formulation? Yes. Service of process and mail forwarding services? Indeed. Fulfill the legal requirements for small businesses based in Wyoming? Absolutely. Wyoming Corporate Office provides the communication between your business and the state, so you don't have to. Learn more by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com today.
Taking on a new loan can be scary, but there's no need to fear. Campco Federal Credit Union is here. At Campco, we aim to help our members have a successful financial future. We offer secured credit cards, new and used auto loans, home loans, and more. We'll guide you through the loan process and put your mind at ease for your next big purchase. Campco Federal Credit Union is ready to help you. Apply online, come into one of our branches, or call us. Campco Federal Credit Union, NCUA, and Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. Getting set for the starting lineups as the national anthem has now ended. It's number 1 versus number 2. Campbell County versus the Broncs tonight. Campbell, number 1. Broncs, number 2. Brody Jarvis starts for Campbell County. He stands 5'10", averages almost 4 points a game. Nomar Gonzalez starts for Campbell County. He's a senior, stands 6 foot tall. Lane Ladke wears number 3. He starts for Campbell County, averages 17.5 points a game, also averages 4.5 assists a game and almost 4 rebounds a game. Truman DeGrange, a name familiar to you Sheridanites. He moved over to Campbell County this summer and goes to school there now, but Truman started for the Broncs the last couple of years. He's averaging 16 points a game. And then Jack Andela wears number 34. He's a junior, stands 6'7". For the Broncs, Connor Bateson, a senior, his final home game tonight, averaging 7 points a game, shoots 25% from the three-point line. Ty Leach gets the start tonight, 2.5 points a game, 45% shooter from the floor. Ty Gilbertson, the senior, as I said, played 9 games this season, has 10 total points. Beck Haswell, a junior, wears number 14. He averages almost 10 points a game, also averages 5.5 rebounds a game and 3.3 assists. And those 4 are joined by the junior, Nate Miner. He wears number 24. Miner is second in the state in scoring at just over 18 points a game. He's first in three-point percentage, 48% from the perimeter. He's second in field goal and free throw percentage, 57% from the floor, 83% from the free throw line. So typical starters, Brutlog and Hamrick. Brutlog a sophomore, Hamrick a junior. They start on the bench tonight due to senior night. Miner wins the tip, gets it off to Gilbertson, and now Bateson starts the offense for the Broncs. Broncs are in their home white. They work left to right across your radio dial. Bateson passes off to Gilbertson, left wing. Little pass over to Haswell, top of the key, looking down low for Miner. Good post up by Miner. Give a quick assist to Haswell as Miner lays it up and in. Haswell's 7th in the state in assists per game. Good pass there from the top of the key down to Miner. Quickly, Ladke goes the other way, down to Andela. Andela bullies his way down low, puts it up and in. Andela averages 15 points a game, and he has 2 quick ones here. 2-2 is your score. Game just underway. Bateson working against Jarvis. Bateson ball over his head, a little bounce pass to the high post. That's Haswell. Skip it over Gilbertson. Gilbertson up top to Leach. Leach working right. Now kicks it off to Haswell, top of the key, guarded by Andela. Now to Bateson. He's on the left wing, working against Jarvis. Couple dribbles, picks it up, passes off to Haswell. Haswell hands it off to Bateson, and the Broncs reset. Long possession from the Broncs. Connor gets the instructions from head coach Jeff Martini, works left off to Gilbertson. Gilbertson, a couple dribbles. Now a bounce pass off to Haswell. He's at the top of the key. Miner posting up. He wants the basketball. Bounce pass goes down low. Miner kicks it back to Haswell. He drives into the paint, fires up a shot. He was tripped up. No foul call, and the shot doesn't land. Andela comes up with it, and he gets to the top of the key in the half court. Over to Gonzalez, now to Jarvis. He's on the right side, working right wing. Gets a moving screen from DeGrange. Kicks it over to Ladke. He fires a 3 left wing, and he hit it. Lane Ladke, a 40% three-point shooter. He has his first one here tonight. 2-5, the Broncs trail, and Bateson draws a foul against Brody Jarvis, as Jarvis had a hard time keeping up with the senior Bateson. He tried to penetrate, and Jarvis put his hands on Bateson. First foul of the game for either side. That one goes against Jarvis, and Miner inbounds. Gets it off to Gilbertson. Gilbertson wears number 12, passes off to Miner on the left wing. He's guarded by Gonzalez. Miner, a couple left-handed dribbles. Now hands off to Bateson. Bateson looking inside. Instead goes up top Leach. He'll fire a 3. That's long, no good. A rebound hauled in by Ladke. Ladke crosses half court, 3-on-3 break to DeGrange. He's on the left wing. DeGrange kicks it off to Andela. He'll fire a 3, top of the key. That does not go. Haswell pulls in the rebound. Andela is a big man, 6'7", but he's a good three-point shooter, 46% on the season. Haswell with it in the half court, off to Miner. Miner will take a 3. He's hammered, no call. His right arm was raked across. I don't know how they missed it. It's out on the perimeter. And somehow Sheridan gets the ball back. Oh, boy. You've got 3 officials on the floor. I don't know how all 3 of them missed that. Anyway, Broncs now have it in the half court after the turnover by Campbell County. Goes to Haswell. Haswell down in the paint. Backing in against Ladke. Fires a shot and good. Back Haswell with 2. Haswell's a good shooter as well, very efficient. 54% from the floor, in particular when he gets down into the low block. Ladke drives on Gilbertson, lay it up and in. Ladke just blew by the senior Gilbertson, laid it up, and it's a 3-point lead for Campbell County. 5:09 to go here in the first period. Bateson, skip pass over to Leach in the corner, fakes a 3, out to Haswell. He'll fire a 3, top of the key, air ball, missed everything. I said he was a good shooter. He's not a great shooter from the 3-point line, 28%. Airballed that, and Campbell comes up with the rebound. Ladke quickly the other way, fires a shot no good off the glass. Haswell with the rebound. Bateson crosses half court. Between the leg dribble, kicks it down low to Miner. Miner, a little jumper in the lane, good. Assist give the assist to Bateson. Again, he's 4th in the state in assists at over 4 a game. He got an assist right there to Minor, and Minor has 4 points. Ladke working against Gilbertson, gets a step, gets into the paint, kick it out Gonzalez. He's guarded by Minor. Step back 3, left side, no good, off the front iron. Gilbertson with the rebound. And with 4:25 to go, the Bronx trail by 1. Pass goes to Haswell. Nice pass underneath to Minor, lay it up and in. Minor fought through contact and given another assist to Haswell. He's got 2 assists on 4 of Minor's points. Ladke crosses half court, working right. Pushes off on Gilbertson, and they call Gilbertson for a foul. Looked like Ladke extended his arm, and Coach Martini is yelling at the official right now still about Minor's three-pointer, that he was just hammered on the right arm. I can't believe nobody saw it. I mean, it's the most obvious foul call you can get. Minor was going up for a 3, and he was hammered on his right arm. 8-7 is your score. The Bronx lead by 1. Gillette basketball after the foul on Gilbertson. Inbound pass goes to Jarvis, and Jarvis works across the Bronx head at half court. He's guarded by Brutlog, and Hamrick is now in the game as well for the Bronx. So now it's starters on the floor for the Bronx. After the senior night, they start Leach and Gilbertson. They sub him out, and now it's Campbell in the half court. Shot up, no good. Michael Biggs went for a layup, missed it, and Haswell pulls down the rebound. Haswell, a little pass off to Bateson. Bateson runs the floor with 3:45 to go. Bateson to the high post. Ball's poked away. He gets it back, passes off to Haswell, and now Brutlog. Off to Hamrick. Hamrick drives baseline, gets a step on Jarvis. Little dump-off pass to Haswell underneath. Working against contact, fires up a shot, and he's going to go to the free throw line. Foul goes against Zachary McMillan. Well, they got Haswell in a good position down there on the low block, and he just put a quick spin move on toward the rim, and he's fouled, and Haswell goes to the line. First free throw up, and it is good. Haswell with 3 points in the game. Averages almost 10 a game. He's a 60% free throw shooter on the season. 9-7 is your score. The Bronx lead by 2. Make it 3 as Haswell sinks them both. 10-7. Campbell basketball. Jarvis running the point. He's checked by Brutlog. Full court pressure, man-to-man. Jarvis crosses half court, working up the right sideline. Brutlog cuts him off. Jarvis gets to the high post, now to DeGrange. DeGrange backs in, lowered his shoulder, and we've got a reach in on Tanner Hamrick, and Coach Martini doesn't like that call either. Hamrick came down help side, and there's a lot of boos coming from the student section there as well. That sends Truman DeGrange to the line. DeGrange averaging 16.3 points a game. That's good for 6th in the state. DeGrange, a lefty, wears number 24. As I said, he started, and he's bleeding. He's actually bleeding on the arm, so he's going to have to go over to the sideline. And DeGrange is a really good free throw shooter, 76%. And right now we've got a stoppage of play as they're going to grab a towel and get that blood off. He'll be subbed out after the free throws. I believe that's the rule. If he can get that blood to go away, they'll allow him to shoot the free throws, and that's what happens as he rubs the blood off that right forearm. And the student section is giving it to DeGrange right now, which is not a surprise. You know, he's wore the blue and gold for several years, and he's now a Camel, and student section giving it to him as he hits the first free throw. 10-8 is your score. The Bronx lead by 2. 3:14 to go here in the first period. The lefties, second free throw's up and in. 10-9, Bronx basketball. Bateson jogs it up the floor. Left-hand dribble across half court. Kick it off to Brutlog. He's on the left wing, guarded by DeGrange. Bronx working left to right across your radio dial. Pass goes to Hamrick, top of the key, guarded by Ladke. Nice pass from, actually, it was a nice pass from Hamrick. They got a foul call. The ball was poked away, but it's because Biggs was fouling. So, actually, no, they're going to call a kick. Call a kick before that got to Biggs's man. Pass goes off to Brutlog on the inbound. Brutlog tries to penetrate in the lane, fires a little left-handed runner, got it to go. Boy, the sophomore is very strong when he gets down low. Laid it up and in, and it's 12-9. Ladke with it, working off of a screen, fires an 18-footer. That does not go. Hamrick rips down the board, and the junior for the Bronx starts up the floor, working against Biggs. Darts through traffic all the way. Hamrick coast to coast, up and in. Tanner Hamrick, 2 points off the bench, and an unusual role for the junior. Comes off the bench and gets 2 quick points. 14-9 is your score. Andela working against Haswell. The 6'7 Andela lays it up and in. Good move. He put a move on Haswell, spun toward the baseline, laid it up and in with that right hand. Up to Brutlog. Right-hand dribble, working against DeGrange. Gets a step on DeGrange, fires a shot. Good, and he's fouled. What a good move by Brutlog as he just kind of gave a little shoulder shake to his right. DeGrange bit on it, and then Brutlog drove baseline left, laid it up and in, and is fouled. He's got 4 points in the game. He's at the free throw line to try to add to it. That foul goes against Nomar Gonzalez. Substitutions all around. It's Hamrick, Breck, Reed, Miner, and Spielman on the floor with Brutlog, whose free throw is up, and he converts the N1. 5 points in the game for Braden. 17-11 is your score. Bronx lead by 6, 2:06 to go. Inbound pass to Ladke. Ladke working against Hamrick, crosses half court. Ladke throws out an elbow, no call. Spielman comes up with it. It's a turnover by Ladke to Brutlog. He'll fire a three from the corner. Bang! Braden Brutlog. He has 8 in the game. And Ladke's got to be careful. He's really extending his left arm while he's dribbling. He's creating a lot of contact, but you can't extend that arm. I'm actually surprised. Works out in the Bronx favor where no foul call. The Bronx get the turnover and then quickly transition, and Brutlog hits a three. We've got a timeout on the floor by head coach Bubba Ladke. Lane is his son, of course. Bronx lead 20-11. Well, this is through the first 6 minutes of this game, there's a minute 50 to go here in the first period. Through the first 6 minutes and 10 seconds of this game, the Bronx have been much more composed offensively than they were over in Campbell 3 weeks ago. The Bronx lost to Campbell by 4 over there and just never got in a groove offensively. Tonight, they look much more like themselves. Inbound pass goes to Biggs. Biggs crosses half court. Hamrick guarding him. Biggs gets a little step, gets down into the paint, kicks it out to the corner. McMillan will fire a three, in and out, almost down. And Hamrick gets his second board of the game. Passes off to Breck Reed, and Reed operates the point with Bateson on the bench. Reed works right. He's a junior, guarded by Gonzalez. Reed, a little crossover dribble, picks the ball up at the three-point line near the corner. Tough bounce pass looking for Johnny Spielman, and they say last touched by Spielman. Gonzalez and Spielman both had hands on it. They say Spielman touched it last, so it's a turnover by the Bronx. And it's Campbell basketball. Jarvis handles the point this possession. He crosses half court, and Brutlog applies a little more pressure now. Jarvis stops at the three-point line off to DeGrange, left side. He's guarded by Reed. DeGrange backing in, gets the low block, kicks it out Biggs. Quickly, the ball works around the perimeter to Gonzalez. He fires an open three, hit it from the corner. Gonzalez gets his first points of the game. He averages 9 points a game. And it's 20-14. The Bronx lead by 6. Spielman, left side, handoff to Brutlog. Brutlog, he'll stop, pop a three. That's off the front iron, no good. Andela pulls down the rebound, kicks it off to Jarvis, and Jarvis wants to transition. Gets across half court. Spielman comes over at the top of the key to guard him. Pass goes off to Andela. He's at the elbow, high post. Passes off to DeGrange, left side of the floor. Campbell's working right to left across your radio dial. DeGrange backs it out with 32 seconds to go. Breck Reed guarding him. Reed checking him. DeGrange gets a step on him, fires a little 15-footer in the lane. Good move by DeGrange as he gets his 4th point in the game, and it's 20-16. Reed, cross half court, right-hand dribble. He's guarded by DeGrange. 14 seconds, 13 seconds. Reed near the volleyball line. Ball poked away by DeGrange. Reed comes up with it, wants to work right. Does so. Reed off to Brutlog. 5 seconds. 4. Brutlog around the perimeter. Ball's poked loose by Jarvis. Hamrick comes up with it. Hamrick eyes a three. Takes a late three. No good. And we end the first quarter with the Bronx up by 4. 20-16. You're listening to Bronx basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
The calves are weaned and shipped. Cows have been processed. And now's the time to decide what you're feeding to combat the harsh Wyoming winter. Keep those cows in tip-top shape for calving with help from Farmers Co-op. They have Payback Cow Cake on hand as well as various other Payback feeds to help your cows keep weight on during the winter months. And don't forget to pick up a Smart Lick tub to help boost their energy as well. Farmers Co-op has you covered this winter, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, it's senior night for the Bronx, and the Bronx lead at the end of one quarter, 20-16 over arch rival Campbell County. Fast-paced game, an efficient offensive game from both sides. But the Broncs do have the lead by 4. Brutlog with 8 points in that first quarter. Nate Miner with 6. Haswell with 4. And Hamrick off the bench tonight with 2 points. It's Hamrick, Brutlog, Haswell, Miner, and Bateson on the floor for the Broncs. Broncs are going to show man pressure. Inbound pass goes to Jarvis. He's about 70 feet from the hoop. Comes all the way over to the left sideline. Wants a screen from Andela. Works around the perimeter, gets it off to Biggs. Ball's poked away by Brutlog. DeGrange runs it down. Truman hands off to Biggs. Biggs gets a screen from DeGrange. Now operates left. Little scoop pass off to Jarvis on the three-point line. He fires a three. No good. Ball's tipped away. We've got a foul on the floor. I think they're going to get Miner. They do. They get Miner for pulling down Andela on that rebound. So Nate picks up his first foul. Lane Ladke back into the game. He checks in for Biggs. Ladke, the inbounder. Just started the second quarter. 20-16 is your score. Ladke inbounding. Underneath his own hoop, kicks it up to Jarvis, to the corner quickly to Ladke. Now down low, Andela. Back to the basket. Haswell guarding him. Brutlog comes down to help, and we got a whistle. They call a foul on Braden Brutlog. Andela actually jumped into Brutlog on a fadeaway shot, and Andela gets rewarded with free throws. Andela averages 15 points a game, and he sinks the first free throw. He has 5. He had a nice game against Sheridan over in Campbell 3 weeks ago. Finished with 21 points and 8 rebounds. He was the leading scorer for Campbell, and he hits them both. 6 points in the game for the post of Campbell, and it's 20-18 is your score. The Broncs lead by 2. Bateson hands off to Hamrick. Hamrick working against Jarvis. Works right. Goes, tries to draw contact against Andela. Andela forced a missed shot. Broncs get the rebound, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brutlog. He was going up for a shot, and just the ball slipped out of his hands and into the SHS band. Broncs with a 2-point lead. They led by 4 at the end of the first quarter. 7:13 to go here in the half. Jarvis across half court. Working right. Andela up at the top of the key. Wants to set a screen. Pass goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking down low for Andela. Andela kicks it to the corner, Jarvis. Jarvis is left open. Corner 3, good. Brody Jarvis hits his first basket of the game. And Campbell has a lead, 21-20. Bateson with it. Looking for a backdooring Brutlog. Gets it to him. Brutlog lay it up and in. Give the assist to Bateson as Brutlog identified the Camels were overplaying him out on the perimeter, and he just backdoored. Bateson found him, got the assist, and the Broncs have a 1-point lead. Gonzalez quickly down the court, fires a fadeaway shot. Tough shot. Holy cow. Good shot by the 6-foot senior. And it's 23-20. The Broncs trail by 1. Pass goes to Haswell, top of the key. Hands off to Hamrick. Hamrick working right against Jarvis. Now to Brutlog. He's guarded by DeGrange. Brutlog, left-hand dribble, and the ball's poked away by DeGrange. Haswell runs it down. Passes off to Miner. Miner goes into the paint, up against Andela. Lay it up and in. Nate Miner very strong. Andela's got the size advantage, and Miner just... And then we've got a hold on Connor Bateson out at half court as DeGrange was trying to cross half court. And things are a little heated right now. Bateson and DeGrange talking. Of course, they were teammates a year ago. They're having a little conversation at the free throw line. Bateson just follows him around the floor. Bateson picks up his first foul, and that gets the student section kind of fired up. Pass goes to Ladke. He's guarded by Reed. And the Camels are down 1 with the basketball. Ladke crosses half court, guarded by Reed. DeGrange comes out for a screen. Ladke tries to penetrate. Does so, gets in the lane. Kick it out Jarvis. He'll fire a corner 3. That goes. Well, this was the opposite corner. Jarvis has a couple corner 3s. He's hit one from the left and the right, and it's 24-26. Bateson passes off to Haswell, and Ladke comes in and fouls Bateson as he was given help. Miner inbounding from the sideline. That's the far sideline. Broncs are working left to right. Late sub from Campbell County as Gonzalez checks in for Jarvis. Inbound pass goes to Bateson, and Bateson starts the offense for the Broncs. Man-to-man from Campbell. Bateson kicks it off to Brutlog. Screen comes from Haswell. It's a fake screen. In fact, it's slip screen. Pass goes over to Miner. He'll fire a 3. That's long off the back iron. Gonzalez fights for the rebound, gets it to DeGrange over to Biggs. Biggs cross half court, sprinting. Biggs left-hand dribble now to Ladke. He's on the left wing, guarded by Brutlog. Ladke working left. Powers his way down into the paint, lay it up and in. Ladke has 7. He averages 17.5 points a game. Strong move there as he went against Brutlog. Bateson quickly across half court, skip pass to Breck Reed in the corner. He skies to save that from going out of bounds. Now puts the ball on the floor. Dribbles baseline, and we've got a blocking foul against Biggs. Second team foul against Campbell County. Johnny Spielman runs over to the scorer's table to check in. Minor out, so it's Spielman, Bateson, Brutlog, Reed, and Haswell on the floor for the Broncs. Bateson inbounding along the baseline, underneath his own hoop. Broncs in a box formation. Haswell goes up, sets the screen for Brutlog, and he receives it on the right-hand side, guarded by the much taller Andela. Pass goes over to Haswell, looking left. Instead, holds the basketball, now passes right to Spielman, top of the key. Sets a screen, Spielman one dribble. The sophomore looking inside for Haswell, gets it to him. He kicks it to the corner. Brutlog gets a step, fires a little 15-foot or a little 10-footer. Can't get it to go. He actually airballed it. Andela comes up with the rebound and throws it almost out of bounds. It's actually saved by Gonzalez, and then Haswell comes up with the steal off to Bateson. Kick it over Reed. Reed shuffles his feet, and we've got a foul on Jarvis, and Coach Bubba Ladke's not happy about it. And actually, I would agree with Bubba on that one. Looked like Jarvis got his nose in front of the basketball, got his feet in front, but they called Jarvis for a foul, and now it's 3 fouls apiece for each team here in the second quarter with 4 minutes and 31 seconds to go. The Broncs trail by 4, 24-28. Bateson inbounding underneath his own hoop, waiting for the ball from the official. Whistle blows, and he passes off to number 1 for the Broncs. Bateson inbounds it to Reed, gets it over to Hamrick, over to Bateson. He'll fire an open 3, left side, bang! Connor Bateson hits it. Well, he struggled from the three-point line, shooting just 25% this year, and he buried that one. Biggs quickly in transition, fires up a shot off the glass, doesn't go. Haswell gets whistled for the foul, and Coach Martini is not happy about it. I mean, it didn't look like Haswell made any contact. Haswell went straight up in the air. His arm didn't drop down, and Coach Martini's talking to the official right now. He's saying, we need to get those foul calls. Biggs at the line when we're on offense. Biggs fires it up, and it doesn't go. He missed that one. Student section in full effect tonight. They are loud. We're near capacity crowd, and Coach Martini's, he's pretty animated right now. And I don't disagree with him. I mean, Miners fought through contact a couple times, shot up and good by Biggs, so he goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and it's 27-29. Bateson with it. The Broncs trail by 2. Bateson, top of the key. Works over left wing. Little bounce pass off to Haswell. Haswell on the perimeter, trying to work against Andela. Andela tries to take a charge. Ladke's saying it's a charge. Coach Ladke's saying it's a charge. The referees meet, and they are going to call a blocking foul. And, of course, that makes the Sheridan crowd erupt, and Campbell County disagree. Well, what else would you expect from a rivalry game? I mean, it looked, Haswell kind of lowered his shoulder, and Andela's kind of dragging his feet still. So, I mean, it's a tough call either way. That block charge call is not easy. Reed inbounding underneath his own hoop, gets it to Haswell. Haswell off to Bateson. He'll fire a deep 3, left side, no good. Hamrick pulls down the board. Good rebound by the junior. Kick it out to Haswell, swing it over Bateson, top of the key, over to Reed, left wing, guarded by DeGrange. Reed, couple dribbles, looking for Spielman. Double team comes. Biggs came over, and they call a jump ball. Sheridan will keep possession. And we get the boos again from the student section for Sheridan, and they had the possession arrow wrong, apparently. I mean, it should be Sheridan basketball. The possession arrow was Sheridan's way. Yeah, okay, I was going to say, they were about to hand the ball off to Campbell County. Spielman inbounding along the sideline. Looking for Haswell, gets it to him. Haswell's near the volleyball line, over to Bateson. He fakes a 3, gets a step on Gonzalez, kicks it to the corner. Spielman, 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound fought for, and Biggs comes away with it. Biggs pushes the issue quickly, gets to the three-point line, now backs it out as he doesn't have numbers. Biggs kicks it to the corner. Andela fires a 3 over Haswell. That goes. Andela, even though he's 6'7" and a big body, he's a good three-point shooter. Shoots 46% on the season, and he buried that one. 5-point lead for Campbell County. Pass goes to the corner. Hamrick, he'll fire a quick 3. That does not go. Spielman, good offensive board. Spielman fouled, and he goes to the line to shoot 2 in the bonus. Foul goes against Lane Ladke. He was battling for the rebound, but Spielman had 2 hands on it, and Ladke reached across his arm right on the baseline, and that sends the sophomore Spielman and just had a really good rebound to the line to shoot bonus free throws. On the season, Spielman's only been to the charity stripe. Only had 11 shots from the charity stripe. 6 of 11 on the season. Johnny averages just under 3 points a game. Bricks that free throw. Went off the backboard, then the iron. Bronx trail by 5. The Bronx need a stop and a good possession. If Spielman can hit this free throw, momentum just slightly, the energy just slightly shifting Campbell County's way. Spielman hits that one, his first point in the game, and it's 28-32. Gonzalez with it. He's guarded by Minor. Gonzalez out near the volleyball line, now works to the top of the key, swings it over Biggs. Biggs swing it over Jarvis as Campbell's really spreading the floor right now. Jarvis gets a step, gets down to the low block. Hamrick recovers. Pass goes out up top, tipped away by Spielman, run down by Biggs. Biggs crosses half court. Spielman fouls. Bad foul by Spielman. He was behind Biggs and reached in and hit Biggs' elbow, and now Biggs goes to the line to shoot free throws. Not a lot of free throws from Biggs on the season either, just 14 attempts, but he is shooting 79%. He was just at the line, 1 of 2 in tonight's game. And number 13 for Campbell County hits that one. He's got 2 points in the game, both coming from the free throw line. Brutlog checks in for Spielman. So it's traditional starters on the floor for the Bronx. It's senior night, so the traditional starters did not start. Biggs hits that one as well. 3 points in the game for him. It's a 6-point lead for Campbell County, 28-34, and it's Bateson, Minor, Haswell, Hamrick, and Brutlog on the floor. Bateson to the high post, Haswell. Nice little entry pass to Minor. Minor fires up a shot off the bottom of the foam, bounces out. Biggs comes up with it to DeGrange. DeGrange gets a step on Brutlog. DeGrange is fouled hard by Bateson. DeGrange goes to the line to shoot free throws. It looked like Minor might have been pushed in the back on that last shot attempt from under the hoop. He knows where he is on the floor. Gets the ball down low, goes up for the shot, and he gets pushed underneath the basket and has to fire the shot off the foam. That foam that protects the bottom of the backboard. DeGrange hits that free throw, and he has 5 points in the game. 28-35. Bronx trail by 7. 2:36 to go on the range scoreboard, and DeGrange, perfect from the line, has 6 points in the game. Now it's an 8-point lead for Campbell. Reed with it. Reed working left. Off to Brutlog. Brutlog off to Haswell. Top of the key. Haswell kicks it over Minor. He'll fire a 3 over Gonzalez. That goes. Nate Minor. Quick release. Hits one from the left wing. He's in double digits. 31-36. Bronx trail by 5. Biggs passes off to Jarvis. Jarvis, left-hand dribble. Gets near the wing. There's a moving screen. Everybody wants a moving screen. Coach Martini's yelling, no call, and Campbell keeps possession. Biggs with it. Gets a step on Hamrick. Gets down in the paint. Fires left-hand shot off the glass and got it to go. Tough shot from Biggs. He has 5 in the game. Biggs not really a scorer. He's played in 17 games, has 26 total points. That's like 1.3 points a game, and he's got 5 here today. Haswell in the half court over to Minor. He's right side, checked by Gonzalez. Minor, little bounce pass out to Haswell on the left wing. Haswell, guarded by Andela. Skip pass over to Minor. He's on the right wing now. Minor, little step back shot from 2. That goes. Nate Minor with 13. He swished that one through, and the Bronx lead by 5. Quickly, Gonzalez to the right wing, guarded by Hamrick. Gonzalez back up dribble, gives it over to Biggs. Minor gives him plenty of space. Biggs gets to the top of the key, fires a left-handed 3. That does not go. Brutlog with the rebound. Bronx down 5. Minute 16 to go here in the first half. Brutlog, right-hand dribble. Kicks it over to Haswell. Swing it over to Hamrick. Hamrick gets a screen. Gets into the paint, working against Andela. Fired a shot. Didn't go. Well, Andela changed that shot because he's 6'7". Hamrick's about 6'1". And Hamrick missed it off the backboard. Now Gonzalez gets a screen. Back up dribble. Fires a shot from the corner. No good. Minor comes up with the rebound. Gets it off to Reed. 50 seconds to go. Bronx trail by 5. Reed across half court. Left-hand dribble. Picked up by Jarvis in the half court. And Reed makes a bad pass. It was tipped out of bounds by Gonzalez, but not a pass Reed should make. Stays Sheridan basketball. I don't know if he didn't see Gonzalez. He was looking for Hamrick and just threw it, and Gonzalez jumped the passing lane, knocked it out of bounds. 41 seconds to go. Inbound goes to Reed. We've got a buzzer, but the play, they say play on, is Coach Ladke was trying to get a late substitution in. in these final 35 seconds. Brutlog with it in the half court. Left-hand dribble. Campbell switching every screen. Pass goes off to Hamrick. Looking inside for Haswell. Bounce pass. Good entry pass. Haswell fakes the pass. Now backs down on Andela. Little baby hook in the lane. Good. Beck Haswell with 6 points. And it's 35-38. 20 seconds to go. Jarvis jogs it up. Gets across half court. And now he checks the scoreboard. Looks up there. 15 seconds to go. He's guarded by Hamrick. Jarvis, left-hand dribble. Into the paint. Now to a cutting DeGrange. Low block. Fires a shot. Airballed out of bounds. Last touched by Gillette. And it's Sheridan basketball with 5.6 seconds to go. There was a lot of contact there. No call. Both coaches are giving it to the officials. Bateson comes into the game. Reed out. So with 5.6 seconds, the Broncs need to get this across half court and try to come up with a decent shot. Pass goes to Bateson. Clock starts. Bateson up to Minor. He'll fire a three over Andela. Bang! Nate Minor! And that ends the half. 38-38. You're listening to Bronc basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Are you wanting to start a business, make some home improvements, or have your eye on a new RV or vehicle? Security State Bank is a locally owned and operated bank that is small enough to listen, yet big enough to help. Security State Bank can help qualified applicants achieve these goals with competitive interest rates and quick in-house decisions. Stop by Security State Bank in Sheridan, Gillette, Worland, Graybull, or Basin and find out more online at ssbwyo.bank. Security
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. The Broncs lead at halftime, 38-38 against the number one team in the state, Campbell County. It's been a fun, fast-paced game. We're on pace to get about 80 points from each team. I don't anticipate that happening here in the second half, but we are joined right now by head coach of the Lady Broncs, Ryan Sullivan, the victorious Lady Broncs, head coach Ryan Sullivan. And, Coach, I know you guys aren't feeling great. I know you've got some low numbers, and your girls looked dog-tired in that second half, and their effort defensively really to hang on to that game because of their defensive effort was just awesome.
Yeah, we were flying around for loose balls in the fourth quarter and just making sure we were scrapping for everything. Was really proud of that. I thought, we didn't press a single time tonight just because we couldn't with having some kids have some illness and being one short. Kaylee Chase wasn't able to play tonight, so having one out in our rotation, we just had to sit in half court, and the girls just, they still were able to make them uncomfortable even though we couldn't pick up for 90 feet, and I thought that was really telling. Yeah, I thought the half-court defense was really, really good, and the thing was, there were a few stretches there where Campbell County just kept getting offensive rebounds and offensive rebounds, and even at that, you made their shots hard where they weren't able to capitalize on a lot of those offensive rebounds. Yeah, those are, I don't want to be looking at this in a negative scope, and I'm really proud of our effort, but if we would just clean up the offensive or the defensive glass and just stop fouling. I think they only saw the ball go through the net 2 or 3 times in the first half, Everything else was a free throw. So
right.
If we can just get rid of some of those things, we know we have to be able to play man in the half court in certain situations down the stretch. And our kids look great at it tonight. So it's really, really comforting, and we should have some confidence knowing that if we're in a spot where we have to go get a stop and we have to match up and just draw a line in the sand and go play, we can do that.
Well, and Coach, a bigger picture is, the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, I felt like your defense has been really good. I mean, when you hold East to what you hold East to, when you hold Central to what you hold them to, when you take the number 1 or number 2 scoring team in the state, Campbell County, and you hold them to 38 points. I mean, it really, you always say it starts on the defensive end, but man, it showed tonight, and it was just a lot of heart from the girls.
Yeah, and we had some kids individually. Last time we played Campbell, Neary went for about 30 on us, and that was brought up a couple times this week. And we had kids step up to the plate. Ella was fantastic on her defensively, and Parker and Avery both got some looks at her. We asked Cameron and Mesa to take on Kubacher and Avery to take on Kubacher. And for those kids to combine for, I think it was like 26 or whatever they combined for.
Yeah, I had them 24, 12 and 12.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, we rose to the challenge on those 2 kids that are really, really talented kids, and took a lot of pride in guarding those guys.
Well, and Coach, you're on your final week of the regular season. You've got Thunder next week, next Saturday, and you at least have set yourself up to possibly, and I know you're going to say I don't care who we play, but you've set yourself up to possibly get the 3rd seed at conference tournament. 1 win and you're in. What are you telling? I mean, obviously you're not looking past Thunder, but if you can continue this roll, how you feeling heading into conference?
Yeah, it's a 1-game sample size. You got to go play whoever you get in that first round, and I think that could be scary for some people. Over the last 4 years, we've lost one game in the opening round, and the kids have always prepared well for it, and we've tried our best to get them prepped for it. So if we play Thunder next week, and we might play them in the opening round, we might play Laramie in the opening round, just depending on how it shakes out. But I think we're starting to peak at the right time, and that's ultimately the goal. And no matter what, the takeaway tonight, even though we won and the seeding might change for us to play a team like Campbell and win that way tonight, for this group of kids, it's a huge step for us. So we're really encouraged.
Well, and Coach, it's 38-38 at halftime of the boys' game. The girls do win tonight, 50-38, defeating Campbell County. Coach, I know you guys aren't feeling great. Are you feeling like you're on the back end of it? How are you feeling? Like are you thinking you're going to get some kids healthy in the next 2 weeks, or are we or is this kind of what it's got to be?
We got we were holding out for Erin to come back, and it doesn't look like she's going to. Which is disappointing for her. I wish she could finish. She had such a great start to the year, and I'm gutted for her to not be able to do this with us in the role that she wants. But I might mandate how kids when you're growing up, you had chicken pox. You make sure you bring all your friends hang out with you so they can get chicken pox. We might have them hang out tonight so they can all get sick, and we'll
drink out of each other's water bottle.
Yeah. So we said if we won tonight, we'd take Monday off, and we're gonna get Monday off, and we'll have 4 days to prep for Thunder and. We got to be ready to go. So I think we're on the tail end of it. We're way healthier today than we were on Tuesday when we had to cancel practice. So, things are looking up.
Well, great game tonight, Coach. We always appreciate your time. The Lady Broncs win 50-38. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Aaron. Go Broncs.
Again, head coach of the Lady Broncs, head coach Ryan Sullivan. The Lady Broncs win 50-38. They go to 6-5 in conference play, which has them tied for 3rd now with Campbell County in the Eastern Conference. And we are at halftime of senior night of the boys game. The boys are all knotted up with Campbell County 38-38. And let's run down. We always appreciate Coach Sullivan's time, but let's run down the scoring here from the first half of the boys game. After the interview, over on the Campbell County side, Brody Jarvis had 6, Nomar Gonzalez had 5, Lane Ladke had 7, Michael Biggs had 5, Truman DeGrange had 6, and Jack Andella led the way with 9 points for Campbell County. Over on Sheridan's side, Connor Bateson had 3, Tanner Hamrick had 2, Beck Haswell had 6, Braden Brutlaw got in double digits with 10, and Nate Miner led the way with 16 in the first half. And Nate Miner is so good at shooting. I mean, he's such a complete offensive player. And the Broncs were down there. They got down 7 in that second quarter, and then Nate took some shots, and Coach Martini said it, that maybe they'd be ill-advised if they were somebody else, and he just buried them. And on top of that, Braden Brutlog had a really nice few possessions. He finishes with 10 points, but he had some really nice possessions where he was composed and took advantage of his defender. And those two right now offensively are really, they're keeping Sheridan in it. I think if you're Coach Martini, you got to be a little bit upset about the defense. Right now, Sheridan looks a step slow. You know, I mean, Campbell County's quick. Don't get me wrong. They've got a lot of quick ball handlers. But you can break down a defense if you're able to get that step, get somebody on your hip. And it happened too many times in the first half. Sheridan's got to be a little better with help, and they've got to be absolutely better in just man-to-man, just straight up man-to-man. Because right now, when the screen comes, Broncs are not able to get over it and stop Campbell County. So that's the biggest thing from a schematic standpoint that I saw in the first half. Campbell County's a good three-point shooting team. I don't know if head coach Jeff Martini is going to try to run a little zone here in the second half. I would assume we'd see just a little bit to try to mix it up on Campbell, slow them down just a little bit, because it has been an up-tempo game. But again, you leave holes when you're in a zone. And so if the Broncs show some zone, it's possible that these good three-point shooters for Campbell County, namely DeGrange, Andela, and Ladke, could get free and hit some threes. Starting the second half, it's Campbell County with the basketball. The inbound pass goes to Jarvis. The Broncs start with their typical starters: Brutlog, Bateson, Minor, Haswell, and Bateson. Ball goes down low to Andela. He fires a little shot off the back iron, and good. Good touch from the big man. He has 11 points in the game, and it's 38-40 as Campbell scores on their first possession of the second half. Minor gets it on the wing. Kick it out, Haswell. Wide open three, doesn't take it. Goes to Bateson on the left wing instead. Bateson, nice little bounce pass to the cutting Minor. Minor working against Gonzalez up and in. Minor's got 18 in the game, and, I mean, if they're not going to guard him with Andela, that's a mismatch. Minor's got a good body, good size. In the half court, Campbell goes up with it. Ladke passes off to Andela. Andela guarded by Haswell. Step through, fires a shot off the glass, and does not go, and we've got a whistle. And they call a push on the Broncs. They call it on Haswell. I thought Haswell's arms were up in the air when Andela faded away and shot that. Second foul on Haswell. 40-40 is your score. Andela at the line. 65% free throw shooter on the season, misses that one. He's now 2 of 3 tonight. 11 points in the game. He had a really good game against Sheridan, a really good second half against Sheridan over in Campbell. Scored 21 points in total. Finished with 8 boards as well. Listed at 6'7". Shot up and good as he hits that one and now has 12 points. He leads Campbell County in scoring. Bateson crosses half court, gets it off to Hamrick. Hamrick on the left wing, passes off to Haswell. Haswell tried to pass it inside, and it's poked away by Biggs. Good defense by Biggs. He gets the steal and now gets to the top of the key. Swing it over Ladke. Quick three over Hamrick. Airballed it, missed it on the baseline. Bad shot from Ladke. Airballed it, missed it about 1.5 feet short. The ball bounces on the baseline out of bounds. Minor inbounds it to Bateson. He's guarded in the full court by Jarvis. Jarvis wants to push him left. Broncs down 1, 6:47 to go. Bateson crosses half court on the right side. Now works back toward the middle. Top of the key near the volleyball line. He picks up his dribble, looking for somebody. Brutlog comes to the basketball. Brutlog working against DeGrange. Brutlog, right-hand dribble. Now kicks it over to Haswell. He hands off to Bateson. Bateson runs baseline. Double team comes off to Haswell. Haswell on the wing. Haswell guarded by the smaller Jarvis. Jarvis pokes it away. Haswell keeps possession. Kicks it over to Hamrick. Open three. Left corner. Short. Andela with the rebound. And off to Jarvis. Empty possession for the Broncs. They trail by 1. Jarvis with it. He gets past his man. Brutlog gets down to the baseline. We got a foul on Brutlog as he reached from behind. Jarvis is quick. And that's kind of what I was talking about there right before we started play. Broncs are just getting beat off the dribble too often. Brutlog's second foul of the game. Ladke inbounding, gets it to Jarvis over to Biggs. Biggs backs it out to the base, or to the volleyball line rather. Left-hand dribble. Minor goes under the screen. Pass goes over to Jarvis. Jarvis looking inside for Andela. Haswell trails him. Andela, little reverse up and in, and they call a foul on Haswell. And I don't know what Beck Haswell's supposed to do there. I mean, these guys ref the girls' game, and it wasn't great. And, I mean, it's flip a coin right now on the fouls. Like, there's contact, they don't call anything. And I'm talking about both ways. I'm not talking about just – but Haswell gets whistled for his second foul this half, third foul overall. Andela misses it. I mean, I don't know what Beck's supposed to do right there. Andela kind of hooks him, or Andela hooks him a little bit. Anyway, Broncs have it in the half court. Minor with it. Right wing, kick it off to Haswell, swing it over Bateson. Three-pointer over to Grange. No good. Long. Ball tapped around. Andela comes up with the rebound, and Jarvis wants to transition. Stops at the three-point line, fires a quick three. That's off the glass. No good. Brutlog and Minor, they miscommunicated on the rebound. They both touched it, and then neither one went for it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Campbell keeps possession. 40-43, the Broncs trail by 3. Every possession matters in a game that we assume is going to be really tight. Ladke, a little inbound pass to Truman DeGrange, and Truman DeGrange pushes off on Hamrick. They call the offensive foul on DeGrange. He was down right underneath the hoop. He was asking for an oop, a little lob pass in there, and he just pushed off to go up and grab that basketball. So after the foul, Truman's first. It's Bronc basketball. Bateson across half court, goes over to Brutlog. Brutlog swings it to Hamrick, top of the key. Goes left to Haswell. Haswell's left wing. Looking for Minor. Nice pass from Haswell. Oop, up and in. It's an alley-oop layup as he made a nice pass to the opposite low block to Nate Minor, who was leaping in the air, and he laid it in. 42-43. Ball goes to Andela. Great pass from Andela down to Biggs. Biggs lay it up and in. He's got 7 in the game. Way over his season average. Pass goes up to Brutlog in the half court. Brutlog right wing. Left-hand dribble, now a little between the leg dribble. Brutlog goes right, gets past Biggs. They call a foul on the floor. That's the right call. Good call from the official. As Brutlog is working against Biggs. He got a full step on Biggs, and Biggs just pushed him, and it's a blocking foul on Biggs, his second. 42-45, the Broncs trail by 3. Brutlog inbounding, gets it to Haswell, looks right, hands off to Brutlog. Brutlog approaches the top of the key, now gets into the lane, fires a little shot, he's fouled by Truman DeGrange. Brutlog's going to shoot 2 free throws. It's lefty on lefty right there, DeGrange and Brutlog, both left-handers. Brutlog just stopped at 14 feet, just right in front of the free throw line, went up for a jumper and lost the ball because his elbow was hit. So now the best free throw shooter in the state by percentage is at the free throw line. He has 11 points in the game. Brutlog, nice sophomore campaign. Broncs trail by 2, and Riley Friday checks in. Haswell's out with that third foul from a couple possessions ago. Riley Friday, just a sophomore. He wears number 15. Shot up, and that goes for Brutlog. He goes 2 for 2 on that trip. He's 3 of 3 from the free throw line in the game. 45-45, we're all knotted up after the free throws from Brutlog. And Hamrick applying pressure on Ladke. Ladke gets a step, fires up a shot. He's fouled. Ladke goes to the line to shoot. And again, I mean, whether it's Ladke, whether it's Jarvis, whether it's Gonzalez, whether it's DeGrange, there's just too many times where the Broncs are not staying in front of Campbell County. And I talk about it a lot. You get somebody on your hip, you just got to keep going, and that's what Ladke did there. Hamrick doesn't like the foul call, but I think it's a good call, and Ladke's at the line. He missed that free throw. He's a senior, stands 6'2", listed at 6'2" anyway. And the scoreboard had the score wrong. I thought it was 44-45. That's what it is. They had it tied up. Ladke missed both free throws, and Friday pulls down the rebound. Off to Bateson. Bateson jogs it across half court. Broncs down 1 to Reed. Over to Brutlog. Guarded by Gonzalez. Brutlog looking inside. Nothing there. Now the swing pass goes over to Friday, and he threw it away. He was looking for Minor. It was a bad bounce pass. Minor couldn't keep his position, and Campbell basketball. Biggs with it, guarded by Minor. Biggs penetrates in the lane. Double team comes. He fires a left-handed shot off the front iron. No good. Offensive rebound up. No good. Biggs with an offensive rebound. Now Ladke along the baseline. Out to Biggs. Swing it over Gonzalez. He's top of the key. Fakes a little step back. Goes to Biggs, right wing. Camels are working left to right. Over to Gonzalez. He missed it short off the iron. And then he gets his own rebound and throws it off of Friday and out of bounds. Haswell comes back in. Quick substitution. Haswell didn't spend much time on the bench. Friday back out. Biggs inbounding. The lefty looking. Little bounce pass to another lefty, DeGrange. He powers his way inside, up over Bateson and good. DeGrange with 8 points in the game, his first score of the second half. Reed with it, 44-47. Reed, ball's loose, it's on the floor. Reed manages to pick it up, but the ball hit the base sideline, so a turnover by the Broncs. Good defense that time by Zachary McMillan, as he just hounded Reed, got him to loosen up the ball, and DeGrange kicks it off to Biggs. Broncs down 3, Campbell basketball, 3:23 to go here in the third quarter. And we've got an offensive foul on DeGrange, so he pushes off, trying to cut into the lane. So DeGrange picks up, I believe, his third. We'll make sure that's official, that the foul was definitely on DeGrange. Yep, actually it's his fourth. It's his fourth foul, so he checks out of this game with 3:20 to go. And we've seen a couple of silly fouls from both sides in this one. That was a silly foul there. Bateson, off to Reed. Reed gets a step, gets in the lane, fires up a layup, and he missed it. Rebound hauled in by Ladke. Ladke guarded by Haswell. Now Ladke backs it out. Bateson picks him up, and Ladke backs it all the way out to the volleyball line. Right-hand dribble. Broncs in man. They're looking for Andela. Andela working against Haswell, but Ladke keeps possession. Fires a shot over Bateson. No good. Haswell rips down the board. Kicks it up to Reed. Coach Martini wants transition. Reed up the sideline. Biggs steps in front. We've got a blocking call on Biggs, and again, that's a tough call against Biggs. I thought he got his feet in front. Like I said, it's been a really inconsistent game from the officials. Some of them have gone Sheridan's way, some have gone Campbell's way. But, I mean, really inconsistent. You just don't know what you're going to get. And Reed steps to the line shooting bonus free throws. Reed lowered his shoulder just a little bit. I thought Biggs did a good job getting in front of him. And foul call goes against Biggs, his third. And Reed's at the line shooting free throws. Shot up and good. Breck Reed gets his first point in the game. On the season, Reed's a 79% free throw shooter, but he hasn't shot many. That was just his 15th attempt. Minor checks out. So we've got Bateson, Brutlog, Hamrick, and Haswell on the floor, along with Reed, who receives the ball for his second free throw. Couple dribbles, right-handed shot, up and it goes. Breck Reed hits them both, and it's 46-47. The Broncs trail by 1. 2:43 to go. We're in the third quarter. Number 1 versus number 2 in the state. A senior night for Sheridan. Second to last week of the season, of the regular season, and it's Jarvis with it in the half court. Over to Ladke. Swing it over to Jarvis. Jarvis looking inside for Andela. Goes to Biggs instead. Now Biggs gets it to Andela. Biggs fade away in the lane. No good. Bateson with the rebound. 2:22 to go, third quarter. Bateson across half court. Bounce pass to Brutlog. Swing it to Reed in the corner. Reed dribbling. Right-hand dribble. Off to Bateson. Bateson looks right, instead passes left to Haswell on the wing. Haswell looking inside, nothing there. Haswell kicks it off to Hamrick. The Broncs trail by 1, 2 minutes to go. Hamrick top of the key to Haswell. Swing it over Bateson. He's guarded by Biggs. Man-to-man. Nice pass from Bateson to the cutting Brutlog. A really good cut from Brutlog. Bateson found him, lay it up and in. Brutlog with 14. Give another assist to Bateson. 48-47. Jarvis hands off to Ladke in the half court. He's guarded by Reed. Broncs showing zone. They showed zone last possession. Zone once again. Pass goes out to Jarvis. Jarvis fakes a 3. Instead kicks it out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez fires a 3. That goes. Well, that's the danger of playing zone, is you can find the holes in the zone and get open looks, and Gonzalez nailed that one. And now Connor comes down. Bateson fires a quick 3. That's no good. Rebound hauled in by Gonzalez. Quick shot from Bateson from the three-point line as he wanted to answer that one back, and Campbell comes away with the rebound. Ladke kicks it over to Jarvis. Jarvis looking inside. Nothing there. The Broncs are sitting in this 2-3 zone. Ladke backs it out, goes to Jarvis, right wing. He looks for the high post, doesn't have it. Instead, Ladke will fire an NBA range 3. That's no good. Off the back iron. Bateson comes up with a minute to go. 48-50. The Broncs trail by 2. Brutlog with it. Left wing. Broncs working right to left. Pass goes to Hamrick. Corner. Now to Bateson. Guarded by Biggs. Screen comes. Bateson gets a step into the paint. Kick it out. Reed. Fire an open 3. Right side. Short. Reed gets his own board and then lost it. Oh, he had it in his hands and lost it. Jarvis comes up with it for Campbell. And with 34 seconds to go, Jarvis dribbles in the half court. Pass goes out to Ladke. Broncs trail by 2. We're only the third quarter. Closing seconds of the third quarter. Ladke with it. Gets against Hamrick. Gets a step on him. Gets in the lane. Lost the ball. Ball's flying toward the out of bounds. Biggs runs it down, gets into the paint, kicks it out to Jarvis. He can't handle it. Now he grabs it. Now to Biggs. Corner. 14 seconds. Biggs into the paint. Off to Jarvis. Jarvis steps into the paint. Now to Andela. Andela fires a shot, and Haswell finally gets a charge call. Andela lowered his shoulder just a little bit. Haswell was set. Honestly, Haswell might have embellished that a little bit, trying to draw the charge call on Andela. Wasn't that hard of contact, but again, right now with the officials, I mean, why not? Why not try to embellish it a little bit? So a foul on Andela, his second. Spielman checks into the game. It goes to Bateson. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Bateson across half court, gets it to Minor. Minor double teamed at the three-point line. Spin move, fires a shot off the back iron, doesn't go. That ends the quarter. The Broncs enter the fourth quarter down 2, 48-50. You're listening to Bronc basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, I'm Aaron Lagaki. 1 quarter away, most likely, from deciding this game. I mean, we could have overtime based on how this game has gone. 48-50, the Broncs trail by 2. Broncs have already taken the floor. There's still 30 seconds to go before the fourth quarter starts. For the quarter break, it's Minor, Brutlog, Hamrick, Spielman, and Ty Leach on the floor for the Broncs. Campbell County now breaks their huddle. It's Andela, Ladke, Gonzalez, Biggs, and Jarvis on the floor for Campbell County. Broncs start with the basketball. Minor inbounds. The whistle blows. He receives the basketball, passes off to Brutlog. He's guarded by Jarvis. Brutlog crosses half court, goes right to Hamrick on the wing. The junior Tanner. Left-hand dribble, kicks it off to Brutlog, goes right between his hands and out of bounds. Brutlog was getting set up for a three right there, and the ball just went right through his hands, and it's a turnover by the Broncs. And Broncs are down 2. They've just got to figure out how to keep Campbell in front of them defensively. Biggs with it. Biggs working against Spielman, gets a step into the lane, fires a shot up. That does not go. Andela with the rebound up and in. Put back good. He's got 16 in the game. Broncs now down 4. 7.5 to go in the game. Brutlog crosses half court. Left-hand dribble guarded by Jarvis. Brutlog works down to the low block. Reverse pivot off to Spielman. Spielman, a little runner, fakes the runner, passes down low to Minor, give the assist to Spielman. Minor lays it up and in. 22 points for the junior Minor. Good assist from Spielman, and the Broncs trail by 2. 7:11 to go. Fourth quarter. Jarvis kicks it over to Gonzalez in the corner. They're looking inside. Can't get it to him. They go to Biggs, top of the key. Biggs tries to penetrate. Spielman cuts him off. Pass goes off to Gonzalez. He backs it out to the volleyball line, left side. Gonzalez fires a three. Spielman out over his outstretched arms, missed it, and Brutlog comes up with the rebound. Broncs have a chance to tie or take the lead with a three. Brutlog with it, working against Jarvis. Brutlog almost traveled, passed off to Hamrick. Now to Leach in the corner. Leach looking inside for Minor. Leach fakes a three. One dribble. Now to Brutlog. Open three. Top of the key. In. Braden Brutlog nailed it. He has 17 points, and the Broncs have a 1-point lead. 6.5 to go. Fourth quarter. 53-52. Ladke. Quick three. Shot over Hamrick. No good. Off the front iron. Brutlog with it. Brutlog does not have numbers. He's got guys trailing him. Pass goes off to Hamrick. Hamrick. Right-hand dribble. Almost lost it. Good D by Biggs. And then Spielman's fouled by Ladke. Ladke tried to jump the passing lane. Fouls Johnny Spielman. Remember, the foul's reset. That's the third on Ladke. The foul's reset at the quarter break. So just the first team foul on Campbell County in the fourth quarter. Minor gets it off to Brutlog in the half court, and Brutlog sets the offense. He's guarded by Gonzalez. Brutlog looking right, passes right to Spielman on the wing. Spielman penetrates. Little nice pass underneath. Give the assist to Spielman again as he found Spielman with a nice little backhanded pass in the lane, a little pocket pass. And it's 55-52. The Broncs lead by 3. DeGrange with it. He's hounded by Brutlog. DeGrange tries to get a step on him, and now we've got a reach in by Brutlog. The Broncs just need to keep their hands out. Coach Martini's not happy about the foul call. And I mean, right now, every time the whistle blows, neither coach is happy, depending on who the foul's on. But, I mean, as officials, you got to be consistent. This crew has not been consistent. Like I said, I don't think the game's been one way or the other, but inbound play goes to Gonzalez. Lay it up and in. Gonzalez got free on the backside, lays it up and in, and it's 55-54. The Broncs lead by 1, 55-54. Minor runs the point this time, penetrates toward the lane, kicks it off Hamrick. Hamrick, a couple dribbles, now picks it up, passes off to Brutlog. He's guarded by Jarvis on the left wing. Brutlog dribbles, lowers his shoulder a little bit, hits the backdooring Hamrick, lay it up and in. Nice pass from Brutlog, good cut by the junior Hamrick. Hamrick with 4 points. And Campbell quickly across half court. Jarvis to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries to penetrate, gets into the paint. Spielman cuts him off. Gonzalez kicks it out to Jarvis. Jarvis fakes a three, guarded by Leach. Jarvis step on Leach, fires a shot. Foul by Leach, lay it up and in. And Leach is not happy about the call, and he just got teed up. I think, yep, he sure did get teed up, which he went over and said something to the official. He went over and said, I don't know what he said, but I saw him walk toward the official. Walked toward the official and said something. The foul call goes against Leach, plus the technical foul goes against Leach. Jarvis lays it up and in. Oh, boy, you just can't say something. And I don't know what was said, but it was fairly demonstrative. And I know the kids are 16, 17, 18 years old, but Jarvis is at the line shooting the and one right now. He hits it. So he has 9 points in the game, and right now we're tied 57-57. It's just that composure, right? And now the technical fouls will be shot. Lane Ladke goes to the free throw line. All of the Broncs and the Camels stand behind the half-court line for this technical foul. Ladke will have 2 free throws, and then Campbell will get the ball. Ladke, an 80% free throw shooter on the season. He puts that in. 8 points for Lane Ladke. Second technical free throw upcoming. Tight ball game. You've got to keep your composure. Ladke gets that one to go, 9 points in the game. And it's Campbell basketball now with a 2-point lead, 5:11 to go. I mean, agree or disagree with the foul call. The Broncs were up 1. Now they're down 2. Ladke with it. Guarded by Hamrick. Ladke thought about a deep three, instead passes off to DeGrange. He's checked by Bateson. Swing it out to Jarvis. Jarvis way out by the half-court line. Jogs it up, kick it off to Andela. He's at the top of the key, bodied up by Haswell, and now goes to Gonzalez. He's guarded by Minor. Campbell really spreading the floor right now. They're trying to go one-on-one, and I don't blame him. Jarvis gets past Brutlog, fires a nice little pass to Andela, up and in. Andela has 18 points in the game. Jarvis gets an assist. The Broncs trail by 4. I mean, the Broncs they can't beat Campbell. They can't keep Campbell off the dribble. Brutlog with it. Off to Minor. Up and in. Nate Minor with 26 in the game. Ladke quickly up the floor. Running the right side. Ball poked away by Hamrick. Ladke runs it back down. Ladke near the low block. Kicks it out to Gonzalez. Campbell leads by 2. Well, rivalry game. Packed house. Number 1 versus number 2 in the state. Andela fires up a shot. Somehow got it to go. Tough shot. Good defense by Minor. And he still got it to go. 63-59, Campbell leads. Bateson off to Hamrick. Hamrick threw it away. DeGrange jumped the passing lane, stole it, off to Andela. Andela up, lay it up, no good. Haswell comes up with the rebound. Pass goes to Brutlog, now to Minor. Minor with the basketball, and they call a charge on Minor as Lane Ladke stepped in front. And the crowd is getting out of hand. They thought Andela should have had a foul call earlier. Then Minor gets whistled for a charge. Neither side is happy, and yeah, just been an inconsistently reffed game. Not consistent at all. Tight game, rivalry game, senior night, a lot of emotions, and Gonzalez has it in the half court. He's guarded by Minor, gets a step on Minor, kicks it out to DeGrange. 3.5 minutes to go. Andela fires a three, missed it hard. Bateson with the rebound. Bateson up the sideline to Minor. Minor on the right wing. Ball on his hip. Pass over to Bateson, over to Haswell, left wing. Haswell slips in, goes up, fires a shot off the glass, and Andela gets called for a blocking foul. That sends Haswell to the line. Good take by Haswell as he just blew right by Nomar Gonzalez. Andela came over help side. He was late coming over. That was a good call. That was a clear foul on Andela as he was late coming over, tried to take the charge. Haswell drew contact, and it's 59-63. The Broncs trail by 4 with the junior Haswell at the line. Haswell had 6 points in the first half, hasn't scored here in the second half. Shot is up and it goes. Haswell 7 points in the game. Johnny Spielman and Breck Reed into the game. Miner and Hamrick get a break. They go over to the bench. So it's Reed and Spielman, Haswell, Brutlog, and Bateson on the floor for the Broncs. Haswell. Shot up and off the front iron, bounces in. He gets the shooter's touch. 8 points in the game for the junior. 61-63, the Broncs trail by 2. 3:14 to go on the range scoreboard. Fourth quarter of action. Jarvis with it. Broncs sagging off. Jarvis just dribbling it out near the volleyball line. Campbell's just spreading the floor. Four corner basketball. Jarvis with it. Then we got a whistle against Brutlog. Brutlog doesn't like the call. And again, it's crowd boos, and it's one of those things where they've been allowed to body up a little bit out on the perimeter. Hasn't been called a lot. Now it's called late in the game with 3 minutes to go, and of course nobody's happy about it. Jarvis fires up the shot. It goes. He has 10 points in the game. Hamrick and Miner back into the game. Reed and Spielman out. 64-61. Campbell County leads by 3. Haswell, Hamrick, Bateson, Brutlog, and Miner on the floor. Jarvis back at the line. 45% free throw shooter on the season. Goes 2 for 2. The Broncs trail by 4. Bateson across half court, off to Miner. 2:50 to go. Miner kicks it off to Bateson. The Broncs set their offensive play. It goes to Brutlog. He's on the left wing. Brutlog working right against Ladke. Passes off Miner. Open 3. Left wing. Bang! Nate Miner! 29 for the junior, and it's 64-65. The Broncs trail by 1. 2.5 minutes to go. Miner, as usual, has been very hot from the from the floor, period. 29 points, very efficient tonight. Campbell doesn't have much of an answer defensively for him. Gonzalez with it, kicks it off to Jarvis. They're in the half court. 4-corner offense from Campbell County. They're willing to waste some clock. They're going to just try to penetrate, try to get a shot in the lane. Pass goes out to Ladke, guarded by Brutlog. Ladke gets a step on Brutlog, into the paint, fires up a shot over Haswell. Short, Andela with the rebound, layup good. Andela with the offensive board and 22 in the game. Broncs trail by 3, 64-67. Minute 56 to go. Hamrick in the corner. Almost got the ball poked away by DeGrange. Haswell runs it down. Now to Bateson. He's on the left wing. Right wing. Bateson, left-hand dribble out near the volleyball line. Off to Brutlog, guarded by Gonzalez. Fake screen comes. Now the pass goes off to Miner. Little bounce pass down to Haswell, and he got the ball stolen. DeGrange got a hand on it. Good defensive play from DeGrange, and Campbell comes up with the ball, up 3, minute and a half to go. They cross half court, Jarvis with it. Broncs sag off. Hamrick goes to guard Jarvis. Now the pass goes over to Ladke. Ladke with it. Ladke gets a step on Brutlog, into the paint. Little bounce pass off to Andela. Fires a shot and good. Andela with 24 points in the game. Broncs trail by 5. Quickly up to Hamrick. Hamrick has an open layup. Fires it up. Left-hand shot. Good. And he's fouled. What a transition play from the Broncs as Hamrick went streaking up the left sideline, received the pass, was fouled by 2 Camels. They officially get Lane Ladke, his 4th foul in the game. And it's still a game with the junior Hamrick at the line. Minute 9 to go. Broncs trail by 3, 66-69. 1 minute, 9 second on the range scoreboard. Hamrick, Reed, Spielman, Haswell, Bateson on the floor. Hamrick at the line. Free throw is up and off the back iron. No good. Andela pulls down the rebound. 3-point game. Campbell basketball. Jarvis passes off to Biggs. Biggs a couple dribbles off to Jarvis. Jarvis working left, and he's fouled by Spielman. That sends Jarvis to the line. Well, Jarvis goes to the line. And, percentage-wise, this is the guy you want at the free throw line, right, if you're Sheridan. Jarvis on the season coming into tonight was just 9 of 20, but he did just sink 2 free throws. And he just sunk that one as well. It's a 4-point lead for Campbell County. Brody Jarvis, who only averages 3.7 points a game, has 12 tonight. 4-point lead for Campbell County. They have nobody on the free throw lane, and a timeout called by head coach Jeff Martini, down 4, and Jarvis has a free throw upcoming. Just a 30-second one, so we'll leave it here, and what a game. By ranking, number 1 and number 2 in the state. Campbell number 1, Sheridan number 2. By conference standing, it's number 1 and number 2. Sheridan just a game behind Campbell County. With a win, Sheridan would draw even with Campbell and try to earn that all-important first-round bye at the conference tournament. But what a game it's been. It slowed down a little bit here in the second half. A lot of scoring in the first half. It was 38-38 at the half, and then the Broncs they've got to figure out how to apply man pressure. I mean, not that you're going to figure it out in the final minute of the game, but that's really the difference tonight is they just weren't able to stop penetration on the perimeter from Campbell County. Shot up and good for Jarvis, so he goes 4 of 4 from the free throw line tonight, and the Broncs trail by 5. 66-71, 56 seconds to go. Bateson across half court, guarded by Jarvis. Pass goes to Haswell. He looks to Miner, who's running baseline, guarded by Biggs. Miners gets a step on Biggs. Jump stop in the lane, up and in. Nate Miner with 31 in the game. Well, that's a season high for Nate Miner. 45 seconds to go. We've got another timeout on the floor. Quick substitutions for the Broncs as they'll bring in Breck Reed and Johnny Spielman to defend. And I don't mind that play. The problem is if you get a stop, Nate Miner is going to be on the bench, so you've got to get points from someone else. And Miner's, he was good in the first half, good in the second half. Braden Brutlog's also been a very willing scorer tonight with 17 points in the game. And out of the timeout, Brutlog's off the floor because he has 4 fouls. So it's Haswell, Breck Reed, Johnny Spielman, Tanner Hamrick, and Connor Bateson. Broncs trail by 3, 68-71, 45.2 seconds to go. The Broncs need to force a turnover in the worst way. DeGrange inbounding. DeGrange gets it off to Ladke. Double team comes. He's in the corner. Got to work full court, and we've got a timeout by head coach Bubba Ladke. We'll see if it's a 30-second or a full. Just a 30-second, so again, we'll keep it here. What a fun game. Like I said, 2 good effort from Campbell and from Sheridan. The only downside of this game is just the officials who also officiated the girls' game are just wildly inconsistent today. It's hard to ask your players to play defense or set screens or whatever if they don't know what the call is going to be. Most officials, most games, they do a really good job of being consistent. And they'll miss 1 or 2 for sure, and I can't say this one has favored Campbell or favored Sheridan, but you just don't know what's a foul at this point, and that creates issues for the players. 68-71 is the score. DeGrange inbounding out of the timeout. DeGrange looking up the sideline, gets it to Ladke. He's guarded by Bateson. Bateson tries to knock it away, instead fouls Ladke from behind. So a really good free throw shooter. Ladke, 80% on the season, goes to the line to shoot 2 from the bonus. First one's up and he missed it. Lane Ladke is the 3rd best free throw shooter in the state. He's behind Miner and Brutlog in that category, and he missed the first one, so it stays a 1-possession game. The Broncs trail by 3, 68-71. 39.5 seconds. Second free throw from Ladke as he stares into the student section, puts it up and in. Ladke in double digits now. Broncs down 4, 38 seconds. Bateson across half court. Hands off to Hamrick. Bounce pass to Haswell. Haswell, 3-point line, looking inside, hits a backdooring Miner. Miner will fire a 15-footer. Missed it, might have got hit, and the ball's on the floor. Biggs comes up with it. Biggs with it up 4, and he gets shoved out to the bench by Bateson, which means Biggs is going to the line to shoot free throws. Biggs has not shot many free throws on the season, but he was a 79% free throw shooter coming into the night. He's 3 of 4 from the line in this game. Campbell's up 4, 23 seconds to go. 2 free throws from Biggs. First one on its way from the lefty, up and in. He has 8 total points, 4 of those coming at the free throw line, and he awaits his second chance. Spins the ball in his right hand, shoots it left-handed, and it goes. 9 points for Biggs. 20 seconds to go. Bateson across half court. Down 6. Off to Brutlog. Brutlog on the wing. Working against DeGrange. Looking left. Passes left. Minor. A little step back. 3. That's short. No good. Haswell tips it. Bateson with a pass to Brutlog. 9 seconds. Brutlog fires a 3. That's no good. And Campbell's going to come away with a victory. Biggs pulls down the rebound, and we've got a foul call. 4 seconds to go. Campbell's going to get Sheridan for the second time this season. Biggs goes to the line. Not that it matters, but the foul call does go against Minor. His third foul. 4 seconds to go. The Bronx down 6. Biggs at the line. He's got a chance to get into double digits here tonight. Free throw up and good. No good, actually. Rimmed out. I thought it was going down. Good shot arc on it and everything. Just hit the left side of the rim. So Biggs misses that one. Shot up, and it goes. So Biggs does get into double digits. And with 4 seconds, the Bronx trail by 7. Pass to Hamrick, swing it down to Minor. He'll fire a 3 at the buzzer. That's no good. And the Bronx lose 68-75. Hard-fought game by both of these sides, and Sheridan just couldn't come up with a defensive stop when they wanted it. I mean, an emotional game, senior night. And like I said, there was some jawing going on the floor between the two teams. The crowd certainly was letting their thoughts be known of some of the officiating. And when I say the crowd, I mean both sides, both Campbell and Sheridan. But Sheridan drops to 16-3 on the season, just their third loss. They fall to 8-3 in conference. And Campbell County has now secured the 1 seed. So Campbell County is going to state. They are 10-1 in conference. They do play Thunder Basin, but nobody can catch up to Campbell now. So Campbell is assured a trip to the state tournament. Bronx lose 68-75. We will hear from some of our great sponsors that have allowed us to bring you basketball action all season long. We'll wrap up the scoring. We'll visit with head coach of the Bronx, Jeff Martini. And, Bronx lose 68-75. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
This is Jamie Barkell with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, it's the Bronx post game. The Bronx dropped their third game of the season, losing to Campbell County 68-75 on senior night, and the Broncs just didn't have enough on the defensive side. They just could not keep Campbell County from getting a step on them. When Campbell County had the ball, Campbell they were just a step quicker than Sheridan out on the perimeter all night long, and that resulted in fouls from Sheridan, and ultimately it resulted in a lot of free throws for Campbell County. Campbell County finishes the game shooting 25 free throws. They made 18 of them. Sheridan, on the other hand, was only able to get 11 free throw attempts. They did, however, make 10 of them, so a really good night shooting free throws from Sheridan. They just didn't get to the line enough, and I'm sure the boys will be upset. I'm sure Coach Martini will not be happy with the loss, but the good news is it's not the end of the world. The boys are still in a position to possibly get that second seed at the conference tournament. They did play well on the offensive end, just they weren't able to get stops when it mattered, right? And Campbell County, give them credit. I mean, Campbell County played solid defense down the stretch. They made the looks hard that Sheridan did get, and then offensively, Campbell County was very disciplined with the basketball. They went to that four-corner set pretty early where they spread the floor wide open. Like when I say four corners, what I mean is somebody goes into the corner along the sideline and the baseline, somebody goes to the corner along the opposite sideline and baseline, and then you have two kids out near half court on opposite sides near the sideline. And they would just invite Sheridan to come out and defend them man-to-man. And then they ran down the clock and maintained that lead and slowly expanded that lead. But certainly it's a game you walk away from that Sheridan, the next time they play Campbell County, and I would imagine they're going to see Campbell County again, whether that's at the conference tournament or at the state tournament. You would imagine these two teams will meet again. I think Sheridan has a good shot at defeating Campbell County. They need to defend a little bit better, right? They lose 68-75. So they're 0-2 against Campbell County this season. For the Camels, they were led in scoring by Jack Andela, 24 points. So he's really hurt the Broncs in both games. He was the leading scorer in the game 3 weeks ago as well. He finishes with 24. And then 4 other players for Campbell get into double digits. 13 for Brody Jarvis, 10 for Nomar Gonzalez, 10 for Lane Ladke, and 10 for Michael Biggs. And, that's the difference in the game for the Broncs. Truman DeGrange finishes with 8 total points. Over on the Broncs side, Connor Bateson had a 3-pointer. Tanner Hamrick finished with 6 points. Breck Reed had 2 points off the bench. Beck Haswell had 8 points. And then 2 Broncs get into double digits. Braden Brutlog finished with 17. Nate Miner gets his season high with 31 points and in a loss. But Miner very efficient from the floor. He had to throw up a couple prayers there at the end of the game to try to get the Broncs back into it. But the Broncs lose 68-75, and I see the boys exiting the locker room. So we'll give a quick break to hear from our sponsors and get head coach Jeff Martini set up on the headphones. You're listening to Bronc Basketball on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, contact Thompson Master Masons.
No shirt? No shoes? No problem. Online banking is fast and convenient with Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. If you have a smartphone, you can do your banking from anywhere, including remote deposit. Just take a picture of your check and send it. It's that easy. And you'll instantly have access to the first $200 available and the rest shortly thereafter. Yep, banking is that easy with remote deposit at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Live from Sheridan High School, it's the Bronc post game. The Broncs lose a close one, 68-75 to Campbell County, and I'm joined by head coach of the Broncs, Jeff Martini. And Coach, tough loss tonight, obviously. What did you think the difference in the game was?
Well, I don't know. We didn't do a great job of keeping them out of the paint, especially in the first half. They were able to get into the paint, kick out for threes. That hurt us in the first half, and then the second half, they made some plays, some balls bounced their way a little bit, and we just weren't able to get the 50-50 balls that we typically have gotten this year. So, I thought both teams played good, and I thought both teams played extremely hard. We came out on the losing end.
Well, Coach, you've got 1 week left in the regular season. You play Thunder Basin next week. I know it's a tough loss to pop back from, but it's an important game against Thunder. So what's the message to the boys this next week heading into that one next Saturday?
Well, I mean, the season's not over. Yeah, it's never fun to lose, and everyone hates to lose just as much as anything else. But we have to regroup, and we have to get better. And that's what I told our guys, that the good teams bounce back after losses and do things at a higher level because of losses. And I don't expect anything different from our guys. They're very competitive, and they know what it takes, and they know what's at hand.
Well, Coach, obviously it's a competitive conference, right? You've got a lot of good teams in the conference with Thunder and you and Campbell and Laramie, and you're heading into this conference tournament, and I know you don't want to look too far ahead, but of course we're going to ask you about conference tournament. Regardless of where your seating is set up, how are you feeling about the boys heading into conference tournament and where you're at as a team?
Well, I feel good with these guys no matter what. I'm not too concerned about our guys. I don't know. I mean, I don't really want to think about conference right now. We have another game, so I don't think about regionals yet. So that's a long ways off for us.
You bet, Coach. Once again, head coach Jeff Martini. The Broncs lose 68-75. Coach, I thought in the first half you guys did a really good job as far as offensively being really solid. And then in the second half, I think Campbell they kind of upped their intensity a little bit and really made things even more difficult in that second half against you.
Yeah, I mean, I still think we got a lot of what we wanted. Nate was able to get free a little bit here and there, and we ran our set plays extremely well, and I thought our looks were good for the most part. A couple rush shots, but that'll happen. And then, at the end, they tried to stall it out a little bit, and they hit free throws down the stretch. Untimely technical for us, which also was big at that moment. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Emotions in this game is always on edge, and we have to regroup and we have to be better.
Well, very good, Coach. We appreciate your time as always. We appreciate you joining us. Head coach Jeff Martini. The Broncs drop a close one, 68-75 to Campbell County. I'm guessing they're going to see Campbell County again. So, good night for the Lady Broncs. They win their final home game of the season. They defeat the Lady Camels 50-38. The Broncs, it goes the other way as they lose 68-75 to the number one team in the state as per the rankings. They lose to Campbell. Next week, join us on the radio, 106.9 FM and 1410 KWIO. That game will be broadcast to you those games will be broadcast to you on Saturday. Final regular season game of the season as the Lady Broncs and the Broncs take on Thunder Basin. You can also stream the audio of that game next weekend from SheridanMedia.com. Once again, we want to thank the staff at Sheridan Media for allowing us to bring you those games. Great job on the camera once again by Coleman Hanchett. You've been listening to another broadcast of Bronc basketball on Sheridan Media Sports.
From the First Northern Bank